Hello. What's up, everybody? We left off last time covering the awards and stuff. Let me go ahead and fix this. So, trying to fix my game capture real fast. I hate that it does this sometimes. Very inconsistent. Just restart the game real quick, and the screen will fix itself. Yeah, hope you guys are doing well. We left off in the middle of the awards. Whenever we dipped to go do after talk with Ezra, that was actually really fun. Again, I appreciate him having me on and stuff. That was really cool. Um, yeah, it was a good time for sure. It was cool to just have a little yap session, talk about random stuff as well as a lot of OOTP related stuff. But tonight we are back into the 2033 off season, like well and away this time. We're gonna finish up the awards, and then we'll finally actually make it to. You still have no sound or no? Hmm. Are you good? I see sound coming through from me. Are you good? Hang on. Why does my mic do this sometimes? It's inconsistent lately. Wonder if it's messing up. Is it like really low or? Also, why is the game screen not coming through today? It's very low. Okay. What is going on? Let me check something. Turned up. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see something. That'll do it. I don't know why that was turned down. Holy, brace yourselves. I found it. Yep, all good now. Ezra passed some of his Riz. Ezra didn't get to show off his Riz last night, but I definitely should have asked him about it then. Now we just got to fix the game capture. I did do an interview. What do you mean? Oh yeah, like I did the talk thing. There we go. We're chilling. All right. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Sorry about the audio as well. If literally none of you guys heard me. Somehow we did have the after talk show last night. And all that good stuff. That was really fun. Again, thanks to Ezra for having us on. We left off in the middle of the awards, obviously. We had finished off with the Silver Sluggers. And then tonight we're getting well on our way into the rest of the offseason and finally actually 2 free agency filings. We did finish up a lot of the tedious stuff, like the arbitration, hiring new staff, things of that nature. On the plus side, Achilles Perez. Uh, Achilles Perez wins Rookie of the Year, by the way, for the NL. And he only started 72 games. He did have 4.4 WAR during that time. He had a 168 WRC plus, 24 homers. Like 24 homers in 72 games, that's like blistering pace. So that's huge. Unfortunately, I don't think he was ranked top 100 at the time, so we won't get a like a supplemental pick for that. So that part stinks, but it's still cool regardless. Oh, maybe more people will be attracted to watch you for drops. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Let's go RE. I'll stop. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see where that was going. It was going with this. I was like RE, RE. And then it's in front of my face as well to rub it in even more. I've always heard the better socks is a white socks. That's what I heard. I don't know where I heard that, but I don't know. Could be the wind. Ed Yanta or Yanta wins it for the Rangers. He wins it for the Rangers. Yeah, 3.3 WAR. He played the entire season. He had 147 games started with them. What's crazy? He had 24 home runs, which I mean, he doesn't have the power Perez has. He has 50 and 55 respectively, but like Perez won it, or Perez had 24 homers in 72 games, like half the games. So that's pretty nuts. Next award is going to be it should be, I think, Manager of the Year. Is that next? Yeah. Wait a minute. There's a trade here, by the way. Aiden King, Antonio Cruz. Is that okay? Nothing crazy. AL Manager of the Year is Cora again. And then our manager wins it for the NL. naturally. So the 2 World Series finalists, that's it. A lot of times that's just the way it shakes out. Now, finally, the big awards. The AL Cy Young is Mackenzie Gore. Holy crap! In his age 34 season. That's interesting because like he had 3.5 WAR. He did have really good ERA, 2.79, a 143 ERA plus, a 228 BABIP. He led in WHIP and hits per nine. What's up, Giga Speed? I appreciate that. I hope you're well. Or I hope you're doing well as well. I'm doing good though. Hope you're doing great. This is crazy though. Wait, Mackenzie Gore and I have the same birthday. Like, well, the month and the day, not the year, but morning at 8:13 for you. Oh, did you just wake up, Bruce? Holy. Um, yeah, no, this is impressive. Obviously, Mackenzie Gore used to be with the Nationals once upon a time, so they traded him in real life. And wow, that's kind of crazy. He wins a Cy Young in his age 34 season. Blind as my batters against Boston. All right, all right. NL Cy Young. Oh, Cooper loses it to Justin McCurry. Much deserved, though. I mean, it's deserved. It's deserved. That's his first. He had 221 innings pitched, a 2.07 ERA, led in hits per nine, Ks per nine, strikeouts, and walks. So, and quality start percentage as well, as far as the stats that we actually have here. Yeah, he's gross. He's really good. He's only 25. The Marlins then locked him up to a very nice contract. Yeah, Cooper misses out. McCurry actually swept it. Cooper unfortunately didn't lead at anything, but he still had a very, very good season. Yamamoto finishes in third in his age 35 season. Must admit, I'm rooting against USA. I don't blame you. That's totally fair. I'm honestly, I want Germany to win, but yeah, no, you already know how the match the other day went as well. Well, this is quality start percentage, decent indicator for starters. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's pretty cool. Obviously, I guess it doesn't like for me. I guess it doesn't have a ton of meaning. It's just one of the things that's like really cool to see just how often they're able to go that deep into the game. Now, finally, should be MVP. Wait, Gavin Fiend's on the move. Random, but yeah, Gavin Fiend was one of our players. He was with the Guardians and put up 1.5 WAR, 113 WRC plus. After he was once with the Diamondbacks, they traded him to the Padres now. AL MVP was Jacob Lombard. That's kind of to be expected after seeing he sweat like he won Gold Glove, Silver Slugger. Yeah, he had a really good year. He led the AL in WAR and RBIs. What's up, Christopher? And alive until Saturday, anyways. Yeah, it's always nice to keep that realistic outlook, but it just makes the upsets that much sweeter. Oh, Jordan Irvin loses to Dave Romeo for NL MVP. Irvin led in WRC plus, WAR, isolated power, yada yada. Romeo, it's not fair, man. Get him out of cores and we'll see who's better. Get him out of cores. He's stat padding. He's gross though. Man, I thought Irvin was going. I thought Irvin was going back to back. He got robbed. Absolutely robbed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, 18 to 12. Pretty wild. Third place was Willits. Dylan Dawson fourth. Eldridge in fifth. He's now with the Dodgers, by the way. Wait, he's been there. I'm tripping. Leal's down there as well, but you know, technically only votes between the top two. All right, so that should be all the awards we really have to worry about. Yep, arbitration hearings in a week. Dev Lab is set up, and we're rolling. So now we just sim along. Something I do want to do. Upcoming free agents. We'll go. Dang, Dirk and Wood, of course. Dirk, Smith. Literally 3 of the top 5 by overall. Is going to be our former players. That's kind of crazy. Mark Johnson. He's been all right. He's been all right. Oh, yeah, that's what I was gonna do, though. Becoming free agents, all players. Let me just go, overall's at least 50. That's 37 players. We're just getting scouting reports on all of them, just to be safe. Yeah, see him getting what he asked you for. Yeah, and free agency especially, because sadly, I don't think there's no way he budges for us right now. That's just nuts. Surely he doesn't actually go for that unless like other teams get in a bid war for him, I guess. I did think about something I want to do, okay? Let's see. Let's do this real fast before we get a little too far. The typical, right? The typical. James, we're gonna operate as if James isn't coming back here. That's what we're doing. That's how we're putting this. Okay. So right now, obviously we have Perini and Iglesias. Neither one are great defenders. What I'm thinking about doing is he has 50 infield range, so therefore he could handle first base naturally. It don't take much to handle first base, but yeah, he could be like a 55 at first, for what that's worth. Jeffrey Davis actually has 60 outfield range. His air is only 45, which stinks, but it's technically better outfield range than the two guys we currently have at the corners. And he could be a 60 at left. And I think we could get him to at least like a 50 before opening day. I'm thinking about doing a swap here where we move Davis to left. I wonder how that'll mess with his overall. Yeah, it went down to 55, but it doesn't matter. We move Davis to left. And then I'm thinking, because what's Perini's infield range? Okay, yeah, his is non existent. And I think Iglesias becomes our first baseman going forward. That's a switch I wish I would have saw quicker. Yeah, his overall and stuff didn't change, which it doesn't matter if it did change. Still the same ratings. And then Iglesias we'll do I think first. We'll play him at first base. I think that's definitely the play. It'll shore up left field a lot more once he's actually at least at 50, which through spring training he should get there. Uh Now here's where things get weird. I'm really, really entertaining the idea of wondering if we should bring James Wood back for like I don't think he'll take it, but like 2 years, 3 years. Apologize for the sirens as well. You'll hear those often, probably. Sometimes you'll hear them whenever I won't, because I'll be yapping. 'Cause, like upcoming free agents at the corners. Yeah, holy crap, that's at least 50 overall. Anyway, Sawinski, Larnick, Fernandez isn't. I mean, he's a terrible defender. Never mind. Ewing and James Wood. Okay, but then from within, it's all 45 overalls, but we do have like Serrano, who's technically not bad. He can play right or left. We have Stoddard. Wait a minute. I forgot. I think we got to go with Stoddard. It's like that time, right? Like he's 24. He can play right field. He has a crazy arm. Pick people off on the base paths. I think it's what we do. I feel like I'll get regret if we roll with James Wood. We are projected to get a really nice jump, by the way, from 276 to 292 in 2035, not the upcoming season. So, uh, Sheesh, you're already in 2033. Good progress. So you only play the save on stream? Yeah, only on stream. Only on stream. No, I mean during free agency. T with Dirk. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Yeah, maybe we can let reality hit him. Realize he's not going to go for that 40 mil. Your entire depth chart never done now. I just moved the ones I want to change. The AI gets it like 95%. Yeah, to be fair, the AI are way, way better at it. This is more so how I plan, though, like for what my team needs are. It just helps me visualize it a bit more. Like these guys are pretty much untouchable at these spots. And by doing this, it helps solidify me knowing like right field is a little iffy. I do think I want to roll with Stoddard though. Um, I've had a soft spot for him for a while as he's developed. He was a 12th round pick in 2028, by the way. And whenever he was drafted, so it would have been July of 2028. Yeah, he was like a 25 out of 45. Because here's July of 28. So like a 25 of 50 in June, and then July kind of came down to earth, and then kind of started to pop off a little bit and still look pretty respectable. He looks at least average. Naturally, I mean, he lacks the pop. He's like a solid defender at the corners. He's listed as a center fielder. He was never going to play there. Honestly, his overall could go up. Okay, his potential went up by 5 whenever we changed it. But, yeah. I think right now Stoddard's our starting right fielder. So we'll go ahead and do this and plan accordingly for that. And then therefore, Perini just walks back to DH, which is perfect because he's not a great defender at all. Now we are going to be trying to get these dudes into defensive dev labs as the offseason goes on. So hopefully they can come around to be respectable if needed. Also, Perini doesn't need to be shortlisted on favorite prospects anymore. He played a lot in the MLB. Neither does Davis. Stoddard stays on. Iglesias can come off. I think, let me just go here, look for capitalized names. Perez, he literally won Rookie of the Year. He comes off. Hernandez had a really good year. Basically, once they kind of become, once that first year's over with, I take them off a favorite prospect shortlist. Same with Scrumstad, Enriquez, Severin, Boosley. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I agree. I agree. That and the draft. I love the draft, although the draft has lost a lot of its hype. But yeah, it's very, very fun. So something else that's happened. Ronnie and Raniel are out. Cruz and Raniel, because we shopped them and there's literally nothing, especially for Raniel. Uh, yeah, they're like solid utility dudes, but like I started feeling they're just closing in on 5 million to be backups. I wasn't super happy with that, especially when we have Emmanuel Merlot who can play outfield and infield utility kind of guy. And he's very similar to Ronnie Cruz, to be fair, bat wise. Like they're kind of similar. His 45 BABIP absolutely sucks. Um, Cruz has him there. And then we also have Achilles Perez, who's not in a starting spot, by the way. So it's like he's chilling here. We also have the other outfielders that, like, I think I still like Stoddard best at right field, but Serrano can be a utility outfielder if needed. I think he was capable of at least becoming like a 50 at center, which isn't good enough long term. But yeah, like in a pinch, just playing backup when someone's tied or something. There's also Bricky who's coming around to be like a corner outfielder. David Costa can do it all like 3 spots as well, same as Serrano. So I think letting Ronyo and Cruz walk makes sense. And another issue is we have Jonathan Lamas and Ryan Gonzalez. That's another massive logjam that we can't ignore anymore. He's 22. He's 23. Mike Abia also is not a bad player. Maybe he could have some value. We try to move him on. He's only 23. Wait, no, I went the wrong way. Abia is now, no, Abia is only 23. Moda is who I saw that was 28. Manny Cortez is 23. Mario Albin is 20, and he's coming. We're trying to improve his defense this offseason. So for a better right fielder, yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I kind of have a soft spot though for starter. Like I really want to see what he's got. Although I mean, he literally just looks average. You know how it is. You know how it is. Um, Lamas is very good. Like he has 60 power versus both sides. Uh, Gonzalez is just more gap power. Let me compare these two. Yeah, I think overall, I would just value the 5. I'd value the 10 higher power than I would like the 15 higher gap power even, in my opinion, as far as current ratings. He does have him on I by 5 versus both, but very similar to base runners. Just Lamas is a little more aggressive. He bats right-handed. He's a switch hitter. But they neither of them have bad like splits, bad platoon issues, so that's not really a big issue. Defensively, Gonzalez does have 50 outfield range. He wouldn't really be touching there with this defense. Lamas is mainly, honestly, more currently, he's more third base because of the 50 infield range, and then obviously the bigger arm. 50 infield range obviously wouldn't play at short, especially with the 50 rating at short. But he's teetering on being consistent at second. Like 55 at second with 50 infield range is extremely inconsistent, it feels like. So Gonzalez is more well-rounded defensively. They're both He's 22. He's 23. I think bat wise, I like Lamas better. I think. So let's switch. Lamas a bit more average at shortstop. Yeah, yeah, I agree. That's where my mind goes too. Power coin flip, and then for what it's worth, I guess at this point I'm just grasping at whatever I can to make Lamas the winner. So that's clearly proves we should choose him. His avoid Ks is higher. So there's something. And technically Lamas still has like 10 Babbitt potential to grow. And apparently 5 more power potential to grow. So yeah. Let's see. Let's see. This is the thing though, man. We also have like rookie of the year winner Achilles Perez. Yeah. Like who is kind of similar to Lamas, if not almost identical. Let me see this. Perez is a better defender, but bat wise, Lamas is on the left now, by the way. So he has 10 more avoid Ks. Perez has a little bit more power, eye, and gap power. Okay. Potentially, Lamas, though, is just sky's the limit. I don't think I've ever had a team like this good. Yeah, and then of course, again, Perez just blows him out of the water defensively. I wish Perez had at least 5 outfield range, 5 more. Open up the door. You know what? What if Perez is our right fielder? We would be relying a ton on an outfield defensive lab to go through, but we could throw him in right. He wouldn't be very consistent at it, even if it only reached 50. But Perez, yeah, Perez could be our right fielder, and he would be better than Stoddard, of course. Let's see. I mean, we kind of already know, but I want to look just to look, I guess. Yeah, he has 25 more power, where he only has 5 more avoid Ks and I. Wait, Stoddard's potential is 60 at these 3 plus his I? I mean, he's still potentially potential wise, he still has way more power. Versus lefty's Perez actually has 70. But why did I not realize? Yeah, I guess these 60s are kind of hidden in there, huh? Maybe it's because the potential is only 55, so I wonder what. Let me go make sure on the dev lab as well that we did we put Perez in something? No, okay. Let's go ahead and make sure, just so we don't forget. Let's do this. Improve outfield defense. Go ahead and cue that, and we'll move him up one. We'll make that priority. Much more improve, might not borderline. Yeah, true, true. Definitely a good point. Yeah, like that's the thing. These log jams cause a lot of these dudes to not get their debut until way too late. Like he deserved to be up a while back in his defense. Um, I'm curious if we shop started solo first. I want to try that. Uh, we'll just do all players and just see what's out there, and then we'll get a little more. Oh, there's been Albert again. Get a little bit more nitpicky, so to speak. Yeah, I'll definitely try the package too. I'll definitely try the package. Naturally, all the high potential guys are relievers most of the time. Reliever. Taylor Woodbridge, he's 24. He's an interesting profile though, but he's not a great defender. Um, wait, Jimmy Palmetier, 24, 50. Okay, never mind. The game says he's a 50, but literally the only thing that's 50 is his stuff versus lefties and his pitching BABIP. But I guess his stamina might be carrying there. Let me sort by age, like the lowest. Vince Wallace, Palmetier, another reliever, right fielder Brian McDonald. Nah, I mean like not a bad profile, but all right. And strictly because I'm curious, let me go just single player prospect. Sort by potential again. Okay, Woodbridge, Willie Aranda. Yeah. First baseman Jesus Martinez. If we weren't just loaded, this would actually be an interesting dude. I mean, like, his BABIP stinks, which is weird considering everything else. Okay. Cologne. So many freaking relievers, man. That's pretty much it. All right, yeah, let's try a package then. Let's try it was Gonzalez, right? This could be something insane. Malik Mitchell from the Braves. Okay. Yeah, that's wild. I'm not even gonna lie. That's really wild. Uh ooh. Wait, Bowler's not doing that great, man. You guys remember this guy probably from that draft. Why is the NL East just loaded with pitchers, by the way? Because I feel wrong trading with an interdivision rival. Because, like, I like Malik Mitchell, but it feels weird. I don't think the Braves would, like, I just feel like they wouldn't do that. And then there's one Kova, Ben Albert. Junior Cyprian is a dude who keeps popping up, and he did really, really good. Literally 3+ WAR every year, regardless of team. Well, I'm a liar aside from those first three, but after 2030, he figured things out. They also, I think, already signed him to an extension, and it's not a terrible one to be fair. Ends at age 31 season, bought out what, one of his ARB years? Yeah, this last year would have been his ARB year. Then it went up to 22. His pitching BABIP is only 40, which is a bit weird, and he's been in Oracle Park. So, all right, now Gil Bowler. He had the nickname Dirtbag. You guys probably remember him. He went 1 of 1 in 2029, obviously to the Cubs, and he looked like a freak. Like he was, yeah. So it was 2029, no? Yeah, yeah. So he's a 45 out of 80 at 21 years old. Now he's 26, and I don't know. I think they rushed him for one. Like those 16 innings were horrible. 2032 was good. This past year was really just weird. Just strange all the way around because he's not bad. Like he's not going to get strikeouts. I don't know. On paper, when you eliminate the noise, him being 26, he's not going to get much better than this. I mean, he's probably not going to. But when you eliminate the noise of removing the potential, you see he's kind of just average to above average versus righties. Okay. I like Malik Mitchell so much, but I just don't think that's realistic. I can't do that. Braxton Ashcraft is 34. Giving up this package, I prefer it to be like exactly what we would be looking for. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to uh not get something to be looking for, giving up these two really, honestly, really good prospects. Brad Crescelius, this guy. He's coming off a 6 WAR season. They traded with him last year at the deadline, not this past season, but the season before that. The Tigers got him. Evan Carter, he's 31. Sean Gamble, a left fielder. He's not bad. I mean, he's kind of like proven track record, right? He's 27, 2.5+ WAR each year. I really love the idea, though, of hopefully, like, I really want Achilles Perez to start. Devin Fitzgerald, the Yankees are like, if they were to send him back, 3.1 WAR this year. I think they gave him an extension. Yeah, good for him. Josh Hammond. No. Anthony Huezo. Really good center fielder defensively. Managed 4.2 WAR this year, 3.4 last year, 4 the year before that. His bat's been slightly above average each year, except for obviously 2032. But with that defense, it's absolutely carrying. Starting wait, you're falling in love with your own starting to age out on improvement prospects again? Yeah, yeah, well, that's the thing though, like, he's good, like, he's MLB quality. This dude's very good. Like, I think he's gonna be really, really good, but have Jonathan Lamoss. But yeah, I'm guilty, I'm guilty. Um, I would just love if I'm giving up 2 dudes like this, I don't wanna trade for one guy who's, like, equivalent talent regardless of position to, like, one of them. I'd rather do a 1-for-1 trade rather than a 2-for-1, but you don't get the same offers, so Trevor Condon. Who's, like, the youngest player on here? Okay, Chris Shoemaker. Carlos Navarrete? Yeah, he's really far off, kind of. Chris Cameron, Mike Fletcher. He's alright. Relief pitcher. Trying to look for dudes who are, like, close to 40. Joel Wind. Okay, but he's 24. Yeah, so then once we get to 24, the potential starts to, like, matter obviously way less. I can't lie, there's not a respectable there's not necessarily, like, a respectable player here that I feel like is fair aside from maybe, like Chris Elias would probably be fair. Why do they all gotta be freaking, NL East players, man? Him being 26 is, like, a big turnoff. Cyprian's pretty appealing. I can't lie. I wonder why his ERA plus is just bad. Did Peyton Bonds ever make it in your file? Let's take a look. No, he's retired, sadly. He made it to, yeah, so I guess high A technically, double A in 2027, double A 2026. Yeah, just really didn't get to play much in 2030 and 2031. And then when he did, just didn't make it. Did he make it in yours? This report's from September. I'm curious if I do single player. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. If I do single player, just Ryan Gonzalez. See, that's what I mean. We would have almost made a potential mistake. Like a lot of these instantly feel more fair, not giving up 2 players, I guess. Yeah, I wish I could see what his potential was and stuff, to be fair, but I can't. David Mojica, 23, a reliever. Let me make sure you can't magically start. Nope. Bowler, he's 26. Ben Albert, Cyprian still. This is weird. Yeah, I guess his BABIP is just absolutely roasting him because I remember this guy, 2030 first round pick for the Twins. Um, his BABIP is just roasting him because, yeah, like he's just not doing great. It's weird. I also would be perfectly content if we could get a legitimate offer of like a prospect, someone who's not close, that isn't a stinking reliever, because that's all the game ever wants to give. As far as like prospects that are still prospect age, not 24 years old. John Dell, first baseman. Not, I don't know. I hate the return. I gotta be honest. Juan Roca, he's 24. All right, for the heck of it, it's not going to get better. If that's single player, this is definitely another Irvin. 3 relief pitchers. Yeah, 3 relief pitchers is crazy. Here, there's Brad Stewart from Cincinnati. Our pin is already so nice. I understand you can never have too good of a pin, but like, dude, like, come on. You can ignore Dirk, but literally everyone else, minus Cade Smith, that's all there ever is to trade for. Like, they're always the headliners, and the AI runs with it. This guy should just be a starter, though. They make their relievers the headliners of every trade whenever it comes to being a prospect. Relief pitcher, that's the headliner. Relief pitcher, that's the headliner. Here's a second baseman. He's not terrible. His power is probably not going to like keep up with everything, obviously, but he's not a good defender. I mean, he'd be okay. You hope he'll be average, but he won't be like above average. Honestly, the thing with Hogue is like, yeah, he's a crazy base stealer, good defender and stuff. But then at that point, Gonzalez's bat is just better. It's a respectable offer though, for once, that it doesn't involve again a relief pitcher. Palmetier, yeah. Okay, 23-year-old shortstop Matt Pratt. Mm, I don't know. I'm looking for tiebreakers, and then you just see the personality. Jake Barger's 24. Like, why aren't teams? Okay, I have an idea. I have an idea. Like, I wonder why. Whenever you shop them, like, why wouldn't a team come forward with like an 18 to 22-year-old with at least 50 potential? You know what I mean? That isn't a relief pitcher, but they're always like 23, 24 plus. Who's a team that looks like they would really want him? Like Cincinnati, willing to offer up Brad Stewart. Toronto willing to give 4 prospects, but they aren't crazy. I feel like them headlining with Brad Stewart's pretty huge, as well as the Royals. Let me see something. So, Cincy, he can play third. He can literally play everywhere in the infield. Cincy and Kansas City. How much sense does it like make for him? Ellie, Carter Johnson. Okay, so they need like a third baseman. It would even be an upgrade to like Luke Adams. Okay, and then Kansas City. Oh, Bobby Witt's still there. No, good lord, and he's still gross. He's there till age 34. This is what I mean about the aging being a lot more favorable this year. That's kind of crazy, to be honest. Yo, Suiji, man. It's like clockwork almost at this point. Every Wednesday. Massive raid. 190 million viewer raid. Thank you so much, man. As always. As always. You did it? Did you win the World Series? You saved Mike Trout. Bless. Bless. I'm sure he wishes that was reality. That's awesome, though. Congrats. Congrats. Welcome over, everybody, as always. Christopher said on YouTube, just fired up a new file. He is 40 potential in 2026. Horrible ratings. He'll probably go in the second round in real life. Hope the fish get him. That would be cool. That would be cool. But no, that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you again for the raid, man. It's always appreciated. So honestly, well, they have Petri, by the way. They still have Petri and Jemai Jones, which we didn't give them Jemai Jones. I'm thinking of somebody else. I think. Okay, so since he needs him more, let's try something. I want to be an initiator here and see if we can't get like a decent offer. Okay, Gonzalez. And then 22-year-old first baseman John Brown. Holy crap. There's no way they would do that, but I'll be blunt. No. Yeah, I mean, I figured, but I had to look. I had to look. Francisco Rodriguez. We have our own Francisco Rodriguez as well. Dennis Barajas. He's fragile. John Johnson. He's fragile. What are they doing over there? Juan Renteria. Jalen Powell. Tom Ruffin. Literally no control. His cutter probably won't make it. Willis Castillon. He's a 20-year-old first baseman. Right now he has platoon issues that are showing their head early, but the fact he's 20 and he's already average versus lefties. This is also only high accuracy. Reese Edwards, a 25-year-old right fielder. 22-year-old Kevin Faircloth. He isn't terrible, but we only have average accuracy on him as well. And yeah, I mean, his control is already pushing it. Tom Gaylor. Omar, Gustavo, Jorge, Ben Grover. Yeah. Luis Rodriguez. Okay. What other teams wanted him? There was another one. Toronto was one of them. What am I doing? Holy. They're at the bottom. All right. Yeah. So these dudes would all be off limits more than likely. Ryan Bowers. He was their 6th-round pick in 2029. Holy. Is he getting TCR right now? We also don't have a scouting report on him since August. So don't like that. I wonder if that's something they'd be interested in doing. I doubt it. Shoot. Let me actually add our player. Forget about it. Forget about it. All right. Noted. Namish. Hopefully you said that right. Oh, they actually traded with Cincy for him. He's not bad either. We're going to scout a lot of these dudes. Oh, whoa. Okay, no, they actually played him up this past year. He's just still on the prospects list for now. Mike Wood, Fuji, Howick, Paul McDonald. He's 24. Dang it, I didn't see he was 24. Jose Medina, 19-year-old. He's just like top heavy, top 3. Alex Perez, 45, BABIP. John Stevenson's, okay. Stevenson's, not Stevenson's. Like, I'm not trying to rob the AI, of course, but it would be dope to get like what I feel like is a fair trade. At least someone who has similar potential to his potential is the goal. So I'm not trying to punch too high above my weight, like by going in on like Barry or Julio or something. Who was another team that was interested? I think we were out of shops, so we can't go back, can we? Yeah, we're out of shops. Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? Who was it? I know a lot of the interdivision rival teams were. It's okay. We can sim a day and shop again. Um, Ryan Gonzalez, shop player, go prospect package again. Excuse me. Okay, yeah. So the Reds, Royals, Toronto. So we got the top 3. Philadelphia. It's interdivision. Okay, the Twins. Twins, Marlins. I'm not trading with the Mariners. I refuse. Twins and Marlins. Let's go look at them real quick. Let's go back to player trade. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Twins. Let's see. No, I haven't watched Bull Durham yet. I have not. I need to though. Definitely need to. You guys made it sound good. Okay, like, see, something like this would be fair for me. Like, I'm not looking for a dude who's close by any means. Like, I don't need someone who can start this year or next year. But I don't know if they do something like that. Omar's 24. Good crush, Chris. Keep reminding him he can't be considered a true fan of baseball until he does. Okay. I gotta hurry and get that out of the way then. Gotta hurry and get that out of the way. Whoa, Caleb Decker. Holy first round pick in 2028. He was the 28th overall. He's kind of similar to Stoddard. Stoddard has like better potential wise. I mean, he's a better defender, but I don't know why they don't have him in the majors. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. I genuinely, I genuinely need to remember. I'm pretty forgetful whenever it comes, I guess, talking about things in passing. Julio Andres. It's Kevin Costner. Outside of Field of Dreams, in my opinion, he's slightly overrated. Yeah, I remember them telling me it was Costner. Last time we were talking about it. Have you watched it, Josh? I like Josh McKenzie. You watched it? Okay. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let these scouting reports come back because a lot of them are from like 3+ months old. I want to be safe. Okay, there's Lamas. Jeff Packer. All right. Dalton rushing. Okay. Oh, I forgot about all the scouting reports in front though for the upcoming free agents. Alex Clemmy, one of our former ones, one of our former players years ago. Trevor, Tamar Johnson, Jet Williams. He's 33, or he's 30 now. I saw 13 and it made me like say 33. But Jet's only 5'6". Nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Okay. All right. Arbitration hearings tomorrow, then free agency filings 2 days after that. One last gander just in case. Qualifying offer submitted for Wood and Dirk. I guess Herrera's just out for 3 months. Like, I guess we'll just go with the route of what we said before. If we really want him back, we'll talk about it in free agency, I guess. What's on the trade block? Is it literally just Parker Meadows? Okay, no, there's other people, but none of them are. Yeah, none of them are great. No, he's good in. Yeah, has an awesome sporting cast. Great story. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't register that it like right away that it would be about the Durham Bulls. Lombard. Lombard's overall potential drops to 45. He's 50. Oh, what's up, Ed? How's it going? How's it going? Okay, he hasn't had a change since June, by the way. Hayden Dirk, Gerardo Perdomo, Abreu. Okay, we'll just fly through these. All right, Arms a day. James Wood files for free agency and Dirk. So they both of them denied their qualifying offer, which is best case scenario. Okay, we're getting some scouting reports come through on prospects we were interested in trading Gonzalez for. Okay, so Namesh, I actually like. He's going to have splits. He'll be slightly worse versus lefties, which I mean he's a right-handed. So Costner, watch No Way Out, amazing film. Why do I feel like I've saw that? Let me look that up. I want to look that up really fast. No Way Out. Okay, it's from 1987. Let me see. Maybe not. I might be thinking of something else. Unless I watched it in passing. You know how it is. Sometimes you just have the TV on and it'll just be on and you're kind of just existing near the TV. It just sounds familiar. Oh, dude, No Way Out was great. Yeah, I can't lie. Like I've never been a huge movie person. Like I like watching them and stuff. But I guess you don't have to be a huge movie person to enjoy them. Holy crap, English. You got seventh pick on draft. How long he has to play in minor leagues before joining the first team? That totally depends on how he develops, depending on who you pick. That goes into it a lot. It depends a ton on the guy that you pick. For example, let's say Kevin Faircloth here, who the Reds got in the 19th round. He's gotten a lot of TCR. He's on his way. He's doing good. Um, let's say you drafted him in the first round, and this is how he currently looks. So you'll use like the same method for like promoting prospects. So like if he was gonna Arizona Complex League, you could see he's like weight. He's like really good for that. So like if you were to start him in A ball, you could see he'd be a 60 there, but a lot of his ratings also aren't quite a 50. Yeah, I'd be tempted to start him in A ball if I were to draft him right away and put him somewhere. Now, how he develops past that's totally up to him and his pace because players are different. Because I have some dudes that are not MLB ready at like older ages. And then I have some dudes who, like, this is a 20-year-old who realistically could come up and hold his own in the MLB. He's going to strike out a bunch even after everything else is fully developed. So that's as good as that's going to get. But he's 20 and he could play in the MLB right now. But where he is only 20, we have the luxury of not rushing it and letting this fill out even more if we want to. But yeah, there's not really a set number. You have some dudes who can probably, you have some guys who can make it after like 1 year in the minors. You have some, it might take 3+ years, maybe even 4. It just really depends. You want to cut the stream and watch Bulldorum right now instead of committing sin. Oh man, imagine we could just watch party it. I would do that, but then we all just go to jail. Well, I won't go to jail. Y'all will go to jail because y'all told me to watch it. I won't go to jail. I'll be like, they told me to, and they'll be like, all right, I believe you, and then they just believe me, and then I'm free. Okay, I do like Kevin Faircloth though as a potential trade target. I liked Faircloth, and I did like the after the report come back, Namesh. Right, they will just believe it. Yeah, exactly. Willis Castellan's also not bad. A bad option. He's literally just a first baseman or DH, which I could live with that. If I were to trade for him, I'll add him because he's only 20 as well. Where I would prefer, honestly, to get guys that are further off. If we're being honest, for the trade, delay delay the inevitable. All right, free agency filings are about to happen now. We'll drop a save real quick just to be safe. All right. Okay. Sorry. All right. Everybody's going to officially file. It's going to be headlined by James Wood, one of our own. All international free agents are here. Kaz Suzuki, nothing. Chin, nothing. Amai, nothing. Takahashi, nothing. Polanco, Hira, Lu, Yamada, or Yamada. He's okay. He's okay. Uh, Gonna start a stats only save. Okay, I got you, man. Yeah, gonna start a stats only save. Not sure which team to be. Any thoughts? Ooh, okay. This is something we get asked a bunch. I guess a lot of it depends on what kind of save you're looking for. Like, would you love to? Do you want like the slow grind, the slow burn of start from the absolute bottom? Another thing that made stats only save really fun this year is super stats are pretty fun. Kind of gives them another layer. I mean, they're just you know they're just an outcome of the ratings we can already see, but having stats only, this is kind of cool to see where your player ranks in the MLB. I can't lie. Whenever I think about stats only and having super stats and stuff now, I think a Moneyball save with a super cheapo team would be really fun with stats only. Um, the Marlins try to replicate that in real life to this day. Um, but I guess it depends if you're wanting like young core, semi-promising future, like maybe Mariners was someone I think Pep suggested them before. Someone, um, Orioles also aren't in a terrible spot when it comes to that. Or there's just pure out awful currently and no money. There's always that route. Or there's just loaded with money right now and can buy talent if they want to. I also think stats only saves would be more fun once more of the league becomes fictional for me. I think because I can't lie, I have looked at players' ratings so much in OOTP that like players, whenever I first started save, you kind of, and if you watch baseball, you hear some names, you're like, okay, this guy's got to have power, even though I can't see it. Oh my gosh, I didn't know Tanner Dunn went to India. You guys, so there's a storyline that can happen where they go to India and see the guru, and okay, he came back feeling great, which a lot of times that's the good outcome. If they come back, a lot of times they come back feeling poor. So what changed with him? Because he's like, that's from September. Let's get a new report and see if anything updates. This is from November 3rd. I mean, he looks good. Nothing changed right away, like since that message. His movement, excuse me, his movement potential went up in November 3rd or on November 3rd. So we'll see. Also, I do want to scout this guy. I requested it. We're probably not going to sign him. I just like to scout the better ones out of the bunch. Was going to say the fish. They are doing that in real life with the lowest payroll. Yeah, yeah. Could do a stats only save with a random start or whatever it's called, where the players are totally generated to your point. Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah, I guess if you're anything like me, I enjoy the bad situation and just try to make it a good one, I guess, and then try to maintain that somehow. Um, yeah, that's the way I tend to play. I think you could go a lot of ways. I think honestly, an interesting team trying to do that with would actually be the Rockies because then you got to deal with cores and looking at stats there a lot more. Obviously, you'll be looking for like dudes who have good like breaking run value as far as pitchers go because you'll see. Hang on, what would correlate? So like his walk percentage, Cade Smith was in the 99th percentile, which is like tip top, and you'll see his control is 65. Um, so yeah, like that could and his hard hit percentage that would kind of go hand in hand too with their movement. Like, let me see. Actually, what's Jesse Cooper's hard hit percentage? Because he has 80 home runs allowed. Yeah, okay, that's weird. The fact it's only 21, like 55th percentile. That's interesting. But yeah, no, like his off speed run value is good. Like 94th. Cores or core light, a little bit of both. Rockets is a one that I've always wanted to try out. I think that's a good shout because obviously stats matter for regardless of where you're playing, but also to see your park factors, you can go to info and ballpark. Right there, yeah, and then over here you get the vibe for which way your park's favored, and then naturally, notoriously Coors Field is hitter friendly because of the altitude, like elevation. So, and you'll see triples are popular there too because of the way their field is just in general. But yeah, you'd have to hone in even more on pitchers who do well uh on that. what's weird is like Maverick would be the perfect guy. We've said that many times for them. I wish we could see. You know what? I'm curious now. Let me go to reports and info, list all MLB players. Let me do include minor. No, don't include minor leaguers. I'm a liar. Include free agents. Let me go starters. Let me go batting super stats view. I made it years ago and like never used. Wait, that's batting super stats. So I'm an idiot. It wouldn't be batting super stats. It would be pitching super stats. So let me just go up here. We'll just use the default one. What is their soft hit? Who had the highest soft hit percentage, but a bunch of games started? I'm curious if there's a correlation, or if it's just fugazi. So now let me go pitching stats. Let me go pitching games started is at least, I don't know, 10. 37.2% of the hits off of Jake were soft. He's in cores. How freaking ironic. Okay, hard hit percentage, medium, solid, average exit velocity. How come? Okay, pitching super stats 2. Does this have breaking run value? 36.7 for Cyprian. Percentage of pitches swung at, whiffs. Okay, wait a minute. Who had the highest whiff percentage? 32.3 for Justin McCurry. He has 80 stuff. Okay, that makes sense. Frank Panada was 65. Sakaguchi was 75 stuff. 60 for Dirk. Wow, Dirk's up there. Okay. So yeah, stuff. I mean, some dudes are probably just going to overperform a little bit, right? So, with stats only, do you see the ground ball slash fly ball tendency? Yeah, you do. I wonder how many of the best soft hit percentage pitchers are ground ball or neutral. That's true. That is true. I didn't think about that. Yeah, because you said he is a ground ball pitcher. Let me go back. Yeah, ground baller, ground ball pitcher, ground baller, ground ball pitcher, extreme fly ball, 40 movement, 40 home runs allowed. We'll call this guy Lucky. That's what we'll call him. That's literally his name. Which his pitcher type is normal, but ground ball, fly ball tendency is extreme fly ball. Okay. Martinez, extreme ground ball, neutral power pitcher, extreme ground ball, neutral power pitcher, ground ball pitcher. Yeah. Okay. The highest ground ball percentage in the league with at least 10 starts was Boston Bateman. Extreme ground ball pitcher. There was something else I was looking for. Was it who had the lowest average exit velo with 10 starts? Tim Anthony. 60 home runs allowed. 55, 70. Okay. One outlier, but mainly guys who have a great control to mix up pitches keep uh hit balls low. Yeah, yeah. And I guess just obviously movement and I guess home runs allowed in theory should be pretty straightforward to obviously limiting hard contact. Why is that hard hit percentage here? Am I overlooking it? Because they're soft, medium, solid. I mean, Ed had the highest out of 10 starts, 26.4% solid contact. That's not promising. 26.3 for Freddie Peralta. Let me just add this real fast. There it is. Where'd they go? Here. Okay. The lowest, 16.5 for Justin Martinez, 70 home runs allowed. 60, 60, 50, 45. He's in the 90th percentile. Holy crap. We'll call him lucky also, I guess. I don't know, though. He's been consistent. Kevin Bowser, 65 home runs allowed, 60 movement. Yeah, super stats will make stats only really fun. I'm actually in a stats only online league. That'll be fun to use it, but that was cool to look at though. Let me just go back to like this. I'll just say no. Okay. Jameson, James Wood. His demand is 45-6. What teams are interested? Colorado, Pittsburgh, and Texas are already interested right away. Brian Bowers. He was another prospect we were looking at for potentially trading for. I think I like the other two better right now. Okay, McLean, Fernandez, Herrera, Dirk. What's Dirk at? 43-2. But yeah, naturally no one's offered him yet. Okay. I'm gonna say real fast. Bobby Witt Jr.'s on the trade block. Holy crap. Wait, Murakami's on the trade block. How old would he be now? I can't wait to see. Because I wasn't thinking about that. Because he's not that old in real life. He's only 33. Okay. I mean, still got his power. He's kept it. 65 versus both sides, 75 I. 1.2 war, 3.5, 2.8, 1.7. They traded for him from the White Sox six seasons ago in 2027. 21, 26, 30, 33. Nice, nice. Okay, yeah, Bobby Witt's still crazy. He is fragile, but dude, 6.1 war in your age 33 season, 4.5, 3.4. Like, holy crap. Whoops, I have a filter on. I was like, wait a minute. Kalen Culpepper, Kinsey Gore. Wait, the Cy Young winner just casually on the trade block on a massive $5.1 million after winning the Cy Young. Jeez. He probably wishes he was a free agent right now. All right. Uh, so let's look at the free agency class as a whole, just because. Yeah, Wooden Dirk and Cade Smith, literally our top three. Classic, which Cade is tied with a bunch of the other people. What's the So first from within, do we have a catcher that's nah? Maybe Bowman, but not really. Iwasaki. We do need a backup catcher. David Barnes could be serviceable from like a contact standpoint. He is a captain and a leader, and he's durable, and he's a like at least average defender. He could probably work. Melvin Sanchez, I have high hopes for. He was a scouting discovery, but I think he could become a decent catcher. His arm sucks. Holy crap! It's only 35. He won't be throwing out anybody. That'll be miserable to watch in the game engine. All right, so what does the backup catcher situation look like? Let me switch to my free agent batting. Make sure there's no split. All right. Quero, dang, Quero's won 23-7. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I get it. He's coming off a 2.3 war, but what? Dalton Rushing, 17 million. Ballesteros, 4.8. He's only got 45 blocking, so that stinks. Alejandro Kirk, 35 now. Austin Riley, oh, he has some catching defense. He actually played last year with Miami. Negative 1.2 war. Nice. Samuel Basalo. Okay, Ryan Campos isn't a terrible option as of now. The 40 BABIP is weird. Harry Ford. He's been around the block at this point. I'm not gonna lie, the backup catcher options aren't great. Langoliers is 36 and still, I'm surprised he hasn't retired. Played for the Athletics last forever. Yeah, literally forever. Like, holy crap. Tie career, give him 23 war. This kind of does make me tempted to go within for maybe like suck it up and go. I don't know, dude. Bowman, like Trammell's at least going to give us really solid defense, but he's black hole of a bat. At that point, I'd be tempted to probably go Barnes as a backup catcher. This report's from August just because he's not on our top prospects list. So, yeah, we'll scout him and see how that goes. That's our main team need on offense, to be fair, because what we're trying to do, Perez can possibly play right, assuming a lot's riding on the outfield defensive dev lab. Um, as now we do have Stoddard. Something I do want to do though, before I forget, is I want to try and trade for one of these three, one of these prospects, because all three of these teams were interested in a prospect we're trying to move on that we just have a logjam with. Who's quite good. I don't think they'll say yes, but we'll see. Or even platoon situation. Perini, he's quite good. He's also pretty balanced. I mean, he has 5 less power, as you can tell, versus lefties and righties. Or yeah, 5 less versus lefties than righties. Power and eye. Yeah, I mean, his output range is 50. He's 50, 45, 50. Like, we'll just compare him. We'll just make life easier. But Perez's outfield range is currently only, I think 45 right now. Yeah. So like that's the one downside is there's some stuff riding on the dev lab, but like hitting wise, Perez just has the power, right? And what's crazy is apparently Perini can get even 5 points better across the top there. Like defensively, they would be very similar. The only difference, honestly, Perez would be better if he just had the 5 more outfield range due to the air and the arm, and then they would be very similar at the corners. So yeah, that's why Perini's been chilling at the DH spot. You don't have a ton of value defensively, unfortunately. But he's also only 23. Okay, out of these people as well, these are all new reports. A lot of green for Willis in November from that last report. Literally all green. He's only 20 years old. He's strictly just a first baseman or DH. I get that. I knew that whenever we shortlisted him. Then there's Namesh, who I do like. He's 21. And then Kevin Faircloth. He's a bit more well-rounded. I think let me compare these two. Yeah, Namesh is just better. And he's 1 year younger, actually. They're both right-handed. Yeah, he's better potential-wise. 1 year younger. He's currently more developed versus lefties and righties, ever so slightly versus lefties. Okay, so I think if we're trading for one of the pitchers, we would try to do Namesh. They're probably going to say no if we're being realistic. But then it comes down to, do we want to try Namesh or Willis? Because Willis is 20, and dude, he is like, wow. But I think pitcher long term, surely. Like I kind of trend toward. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. They're gonna. I don't know why I even get my hopes up. Let's be real. Stop wasting my time. You stop wasting my time. You called me Rick. I didn't even call you, dude. Okay, bruh. That's what I'm talking about. Like, how's this not fair? It's a pitcher who's like 2 years minimum away from the MLB. I mean, it's not that it's not fair. Maybe they just value the player. I get it. Yada yada yada. Compared to what would be league minimum right now, possibly easily 2+4 player, if not more. Uh, could mix Perez in as a platoon DH every few games or something. Maybe give him some at bats if he isn't starting in the field. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because like that is the thing. I think as it currently stands, Perez. So let's see. He still appeared in. Let me look. I need to add. Have games started. I should probably just add games as well. That way we can see. Let me use a default view. Let me do it this way. Will this one have games and games started? No, it just has games. Okay, this works though. So 92 games total compared to games started of 72. So 20 more games he actually appeared in than just starting. So now he did have a decent amount of fill in due to an injury this past year when Bass was hurt. But yeah, Perez is kind of like first up at a ton of spots thanks to his defensive versatility. So he does get a lot of reps to be fair. But yeah, it would probably be like this. Um, with Merlot maybe getting priority at short just because of the defensive. No, he's still just as fine. Yeah, that's not bad because what is Perez versus lefties? Yeah, we could give him the start at DH versus lefties just in case, just to try and take advantage of the power a little bit more. That could be the plan. Also, right now we're only at 11 players, so I think the plan was going to be as well promoting from within. Because we do need another. Okay, so a catcher would have us at 12, so we'd really just have spot for one more player, and it'd probably be another outfielder. Um, but yeah, I guess as far as the trade, let me do this really quick. Let's go ahead and get turned down for Willis as well, so we can just put that to bed. Really, this must be a joke. You're a joke. Everything about you and the Reds are a joke. I'm sorry. I don't mean that. All right. Faircloth. Come back to us with a much better deal, or these talks are over. Like, I mean, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, he did win Rookie of the Year. It's just not. It's not fair. Sometimes I look to you guys for reassurance because, like, I'm not crazy, right? Like, trying to justify him like walking in over these two is tough. That's why I want him to. That's why I just want him to start right. That's why I think it would be ideal if he just can start right field. That'd be perfect. He's even got the pop that's associated with the corner. Yeah, exactly. Super rotten. Poor me. Poor me. Woe is me. Too much depth. Uh, okay, but yeah, no. So the next utility person, is right now. I mean, assuming we actually moved Stoddard. Oh man, I don't know who sucked this past year. Pirates, give me your best pitch. Never mind, dude. You don't even have a best pitcher. Cubs, give me. Oh well. Oh wait, they just traded with the Phillies for Palmentier, or they were trying to give us a Palmentier. Giants. You know what? This is just looking better and better. I think we take the dive on Cyprian. They already extended him, and I don't hate it. 22 per. Or I mean, he's on 12-7 this upcoming season, and then 22 per for like this. The pitching BABIP stinks, but he's like a slightly less Jesse Cooper. I'm curious, by the way, if we go trade for player, make this work now. Also, it'd be cool if we could sort this. Yeah, they would do it for Ryan Gonzalez straight up. Like, I'm starting to go towards this, to be honest with you guys, because we do need starters. Like while we do have Dixon, he's out for 8 to 9 months. He's pretty much missing almost the entire next season. But right now we do have still a solid 1-2-3 in Cooper, not Randolph. What the heck, Tusley, and then Ed is coming around even more. He's only 22 years old, so that would be a nasty 1-2-3-4. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I'm always glad you're there to be like the voice of reason. Wait a minute. Beth. Wait. What if I don't know, okay, he's not a great right fielder, but he can play right field. Maybe he's our right fielder. Oh shit. I don't know, man. What if he's our right fielder? Yeah, 3 aces, right? It kind of feels that way, huh? Especially Cooper. Like, this is crazy. Oh, crap. Wait, yo, do you guys put Stoddard? Will you take Stoddard? Hang on. I don't see Stoddard on the list. You guys forget Stoddard. He's a great player. You're not getting Lamas. I like Lamas a lot. He's got power. Everybody likes power more. Yeah, what the dude? How are we supposed to make room for Lamas as well on the same roster? It's just not happening. This feels like a cheat code at this point. Okay, I love how they like the polar opposites. Give us Jesse Cooper and we'll do it, or they're like, give us Gonzalez and we'll do it. Hang on. I have an idea. You guys want. I know you want. That's actually who you guys want. You wanted Stoddard. You missed. They misclicked. They need more time to think about it. Okay, hang on. For one, Miguel, shut up. Miguel Mojica, our assistant GM, says this is a bad deal to my mind. Move starter if you're going to put Gonzalez in right field. Yeah, follows the if you never ask, you never get theory of asking for players. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm gonna try this because it says they need more time. They'll come back to us saying what'll make it work. We'll try this. Okay, now we wait very impatiently. But they have Yuri Perez. How does Yuri look now? Age 30. All pitching BABIP. Yeah, I guess they're just going full rebuild to be fair. Like they are awful. What is their farm like? Okay. I mean they got dudes coming. Sean Brahmer, Carlos Castaneda. Okay, yeah, they're gonna be fine. Well, I mean, to be fair, the rest of these dudes, sadly Seth is hurt. Torn labrum. So he's hurt bad. That's a reliever. It's basically and Castaneda and Brahmer are going to kind of be their future as of now. And then they compare what's his name that we're hopefully going to send their way and have it work. I'm curious, what would they say for Bobby Witt? We're not, we can't do that. Oh, okay. He exercises his 10 to 5. All right. Oh, IL has to, or he has to be activated during the offseason. Okay. Trade proposal almost. Almost my ass. They want, wait, they would do it for a Bia or Merlot? Okay, hold up. That's fine. I saw Albin, Randolph, Jeff Myers, Groff, and I was like, 10 are done. I was like, no. Even Matt Aiken, I probably would have done it for, but not like Randolph, Albin, Myers. I probably would have done it for Groff. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Merlot works because Merlot is also he's blocked. Really, really good defender. His BABIP was holding his back. Even if his BABIP was 50, that probably changes him drastically as a player. That's huge. That's great. So yeah, you guys can have add Merlot. Because I don't know why I got a soft spot for Micah Bia. And he also got a ring with us whenever he played first base the entire World Series run while Devin Fitzgerald was hurt. Okay, so you guys can have Emmanuel Merlot. Terms are acceptable. Let's do it. Our available money drops by 10.9 to a whopping 92.8. Damn, we're poor. Their available money would improve by 10.9 to 27. Okay. Our assistant GM just wants to get fired, I think. That's okay. He says don't do the deal. I think maybe he's just not spoiled with the prospects we have. We're gonna complete this trade. We're getting Cyprian. Yeah, the 40 pitching BABIP is a bit weird, I agree, but he's been the definition of consistency the last 4 years. So he's also faced us and done well against us plenty of times. So now he's ours. Boom. Holy crap. It always feels good to get that like monkey off my back of a log jam that I dread that I could look at forever, as you guys can tell. Um yeah. So yeah, Cyprian joins the rotation. Now the 5 spot's kind of like wide open, which would be perfect for a left-handed dude like Brett Dixon if he wasn't hurt. Um he's on that Jesse Cooper career arc, I fear. Okay. You guys think it's over, but bad news. Lamas and Ryan Gonzalez still exist. Oh my god. Okay. Hold up. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying okay, hold up. Like, what are we holding up for? There's nothing. I don't know what I was gonna say. Abia, Serrano. I seriously wish it was possible to trade with viewers. Imagine we just had like the save together and I could just be like, look, man, you slide me a prospect with like 60 potential that's miles off. I give you somebody that's instant impact. Okay, we have to look at it now. We have to look at what he looks like at right field. Um, okay, he becomes a 45 out of 55. It's a lot less appealing to look at, but I think he's fine. I mean, he becomes Perini, or he becomes like not Perini. He becomes freaking Iglesias, which is fine, I guess. That's what we had Iglesias doing. This guy's a freak, by the way. Okay, he's going to the active roster. I think this is our right fielder. I think. Uh, God. All right. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me go development lab. We'll keep Achilles Perez in outfield defense, and then I also want to do the same for I guess Ryan Gonzalez now. Um, wait, what? Is he already in? Yeah, he's in generate bat speed, but like you can still put him in a. Why doesn't Ryan Gonzalez have the option for improved outfield defense? I've never saw that before. Maybe if we advance a day, maybe where I just change his position, it's bugging out. Going for the Guinness Book World Records of off-season time. I hate it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. Oh shit. I forgot the Twins had this guy. We was waiting on a report to come back, which they wouldn't have gave us him. All right, Hall of Fame voting begins. I honestly I don't like to vote just because I don't really like to influence it. I think it's cool when it happens naturally for the Hall of Fame voting. I'm not gonna lie. Also, this we need to go ahead and fix. Let's do like $35. But I couldn't let you get away without a bit of chirping. No, I understand. It's the Pep way. It's the Pep way. Okay, let's make sure our budgets are chilling because we have a crap ton of money, but they appear to be perfectly chilling. We might as well go ahead and continue to just make this the baseline. Uh, 12-2. And then, I mean, 10-15, 40-35 works. A lot of times I just go 10-10, 40-40. But you know what? I actually want to try something. I want to go back 10-10, 40-40, which to be fair, they could have nerfed scouting discoveries. Let's look for the whole year of 2033. There is still a whole month of the year left. But if we go, where's discovery year? There it is. And we switch this to 2033. Like, look how much they slowed down compared to previous years for us. Which I'm not mad about it, but it's just kind of crazy. Because like if we go 2032, well, Montez is pretty crazy, but he was an international amateur free agent signing, but a lot of 45s. And then if we go 2031, he was also an international amateur free agent signing, Peguero, so he doesn't really count. But you can see how much it slowed down in the past few years because then you get to like 2030, or no, was it 2029 was the last real like pop off year? Yeah, because of Garcia, Gutierrez, was okay, he was international amateur. He was scouting discovery. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Things would be a lot easier if we sucked. I had a similar situation. I put someone in right field like that and he had a 70 diff rating at shortstop. I had too many infield rating at shortstop. Yeah, dude, this is honestly nuts, brother, because like I don't know. I've never had this situation before in any OOTP save. It's obviously from my point of view, it's a little tougher because I hate feeling like I'm stalling the stream, to be honest. But by trying to make these decisions, because if we just sucked or we did have holes, I would be in free agency right now. I have $91 million, and I don't know where I can look with a straight face and pretend I know where I can genuinely upgrade. Like, you know what I mean? Gonzalez is a 45 just because we switched him to right field and because he isn't even a 50 there. Um, Let me sim a day, and then I want to see if okay, yeah, these were just other guys we were scouting as potential trade options for the dudes we already traded. Um, Let me see if I can queue this up now. Why in the hell can I not? Okay, what if we do this? What if we force start right field? It's still not recognizing him as a right fielder because he's never played there before. Why won't it let me do outfield defense? It did it for Perez, fine. Hmm. Hmm. Get school right? Yeah, like we just go back after James Wood, put him in left, and then we just slide Jeffrey Davis to right, and then we make another log jam. That's literally the only reason I didn't go back after James Wood and like just try to lock him down. Because as cool as it would have been to just continue to let him pile up WAR as a Nationals player, and like have a super, like Nationals legend career type thing, it just would have built a whole beaver dam on the depth chart. Throwback classic game watch and replay that 26-0 asking on the fence. How far back will the game? That's a good question. You know what? Dude, I would probably have to let's see. I don't know, because that wasn't this past season, it was the season before, right? Can I like mass jump backwards? Like if we go scores. Oh yeah, I can. So it would have been September of 20. Oh my gosh. I can't go to 2031? Wait, that's annoying. So I can only go back 1 year. How can I go in the future though, all the way to 2083? Like what? But I can't go back. Wait a minute. Is that like a fault of my own? News logs, injury logs, last 2, last 10. 3D movements, human leagues, all major. No, it's not a fault of my own. There was no time limit there, I don't think. Just to confirm it, what I know it wasn't 2032, but just to confirm, obviously. Wait, okay, never mind. I guess you can't. Oh, I didn't do 2032 for some reason. Okay, yeah, I guess it just doesn't show up. That's annoying. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, well, it's really annoying. I mean, at least we know he would be a 50 there compared to Achilles Perez, would only be a 45 outfield range. Um, so it'd at least be a 50 at right. So that's the plan, I guess. But yeah, catcher, that's a good shout. I think it was 3 years ago. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you might be right because it was it the year that we won the first World Series in. No, because that would have been 2 years ago. Now, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I think Daniel's better than these guys. There's a world where we just dump the money because we got it, like Dalton Rushing, 17 million as a backup. It just doesn't feel right. Ballesteros only has 45 blocking. Alejandro Kirk. Yeah, see, because like we looked at these guys already, but they're just not. Yeah, I know. Like real life stuff makes me trend away from him in game. It's when the Padres beat you in the playoffs. Okay, so that would have been screw it. Let's look. So was it here? Surprise, surprise. Obviously it wasn't 2032. We won. So 2031. Okay. Yeah. Good comms on that. Yeah, because what I'm thinking is just doing this for catcher. I think David Barnes. Yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. There's been a lot of interesting things with him, which I get it too. He is under I wonder how much of it is because a lot of what we see is just on camera and then there's assumptions. And naturally, the Dodgers are good at keeping things behind closed doors. But they also aren't coming out and being like, "No, y'all are just making stuff up. That's not what happened at all." So, you kind of have to assume there's maybe some truth to the assumptions since they don't turn it like don't bring it up in media themselves or downplay it. Yeah, I mean, David Barnes isn't great, but he's a captain, he's a leader, he's durable, and at least average defender. Like, I think he's my backup catcher this upcoming year. That's where I'm at with that. Because those dudes up there aren't like much better. This does put us at 11 players again. Ryan Lamosse, I don't know. Here's what's happening as well. So, unfortunately, these players aren't like on a regular conveyor belt popping up as we have Canute's contract expiring. That's the issue. It's like 3 ready at a time, and then they're all gonna wipe at the same time. Like Willits is gonna leave right a year after Bass would be leaving. I do think Bass could be a trade candidate. I'm not gonna lie. And that literally just broke my heart to even say that. I'm not guys. Guys, wait a minute. I think we found the right fielder, guys. Wait, we have another right fielder candidate. Everybody, hold on. We have another right field candidate. Oh my god, I could cry. Hold up. Hold up. He might be sticking around. He's not a trade candidate. I think, yeah, I think we have another one. Exactly. So now we just give Achilles Perez and Ryan Gonzalez a pair of gloves and let them box at shortstop out here on the field in spring training. Or we can make them do it at a banana ball game. And we can even put like lead in the gloves. I don't know, because somebody has to win and somebody has to win fast. And whoever wins just wins like the shortstop position. I think that's the play. Oh god, yeah, you're right, because Lamas is still sitting down there. Okay, surprise. Gonzalez is the new utility infielder. Surprise. Utility everything. Yeah, what was it called in WB? Triple threat. The triple threat. Willis Gonzalez is like a third baseman. That's just his best. Okay. Okay, get out of here. Ethan, congrats, man. Congrats. I mean, I don't know if it's a congrats. You want a gold glove at shortstop. I'm sorry. Uh, we just want to see if you can do it in right field now. You're a phenomenal infield defender, but hey, you're still a 60 of 60 out there. My dog. Okay. My cat just sneezed and I got jump scared. Like it jump scared me. I literally never hear my cat sneeze that much, which she has been today. But I just heard it, and for some reason, like I twitched whenever I heard it. Okay, Lamas isn't a better shortstop defender though. Yeah, it's not right. It's not right, Josh. That's 99% of my offseason. We don't sign players around here. We really don't. So if you guys want to see contract negotiations, I fear it's a whole lot of us looking at the same player 10 times in like 5 minutes. And then we do it again. About 10 minutes later, we'll look at the same players and realize we still have an issue that we had 10 minutes ago. That's what we do here. I'm bringing everybody up. I'm bringing everybody up. If you're good enough to play, you're playing baseball. Okay, that's a lie because I'm not bringing up everybody like Alvin. Okay, we're at 12 players. Oh gosh, help me, help me, help me. Okay, so he does have the best. He has 55 arm. Leal's just the freak at center. I'm so glad he exists for center field defense alone. Okay, so he's there. Now, this is what shortstop looks like. Perez is actually the best defender, but this is the issue. So Ryan is 55, 65. Perez is 60, 65. So Perez is actually the best. And then Lamas is 50, 50. So Lamas, he technically doesn't have like that shortstop, if we're being super picky, threshold. Broski, you know what? Yep, Broski, it's your time to shine. Nah, I'm joking, but like, I mean, to be fair, I can't lie. I was really, really, really hoping he would at least make it to like utility level because he has the infield and outfield range. I wish, man. Who messed with his bars? Somebody traumatized us. We'll blame Pleb since he's not here, I don't think. We'll blame Pleb. Our scouting director went in there and told him, like, look, this is your new workout routine. Which is weird because you guys see how much that happens, right? And I have control of player development focus. And then also down here, minor league player development focus is also me. So, well, number one, when in doubt is Pleb's fault. I'm with it. I'm with it. Watch, we're going to end up summoning him or something. Okay, I think everybody's up as far as hitters that I wanted to be up. Abia deserves to be up. Serrano deserves to be up. Albin. But yeah, sadly, they're just doomed. They're odd dudes out. Pitchers. Defoe's 24 and just not going to make it. He could. What does he look like as a reliever, to be fair? This stuff goes up a little bit. He could have some value as a reliever just versus righties, like strike him out or they're going to crush the ball or he's going to walk them. And you just hope for the strikeout side of things. But what sucks about him, he was actually a dude that got TCR. Like he was down looking more like a 30 out of 40, 45. He got TCR and then sadly his control peaked as everything else got TCR and was going to grow. And so he was just doomed. He's also a sidearm starter. I just realized that. I forgot. A sidearm with 99 to 101. That thing's definitely out of socket after each inning. Yeah, Jeff Myers, Steve Keenan. Okay. Yeah, I think everybody that we want up is up. So maybe we can actually be a little active in free agency. We can sign a starting pitcher. Holy crap, who would have guessed? We do need another. Actually, yeah, Perez is our starting shortstop. Congratulations on Rookie of the Year, by the way. I apologize that it was even a debate after you win Rookie of the Year whether or not you would be the starter at shortstop, but that's unfortunately a thing that happened. 55, 65. Yeah, I think realistically now it would be something like this. Perez can just be wiped. And then, Chode well, when is the Angels video? It should be up tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. It is also a problem that all those mid-age depth guys that are good but stuck in double A, keeping your good double A young guys from moving up and developing. Yeah, like that is potentially a thing, but see, the way that a lot of it works too is like there's actually a game setting, which you probably already know about it. You can have the you can have your coaches prioritize, allow potential. Okay, well, for one, there's allow potential to influence minor league results, but that's not what I was looking for. There's an option that's on by default where whenever they make lineups, they prioritize potential over overall. Whenever the sorry it's taking so long, Chode. That's my bad. But where they prioritize potential for building the lineups rather than current overall. But it's a thing. I just can't remember where it's at. It's on by default, though. That much I know. Hey, T, sorry I've been away. Hope streaming going well. USA is up 2-0 and looks like they will face Belgium in Final 16. That's crazy because didn't Belgium score last minute today? Oh no, U.S. got a red card as well. Wait, is he going to miss against Belgium? Chelsea are trying to sign him, by the way. Well, there's rumors of trying to sign him, by the way. Bullerin won't miss next game. Okay, so it's just yes, it will. Okay, I thought see because I wasn't sure either if there was like a if there was a cutoff because of the different types of games technically. Yeah, yeah. Like I know that's how red card works, but I didn't know if it had to do with the what am I trying to say? Hang on. Yeah, he is. He is. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because yeah, but okay, so yeah, this is already knockouts for round of 32. That's why. That's why. I think what they did is they kept it separate from like group and then knockouts is what happened. Also, it's just insane that freaking Paraguay beat Germany on pins. Shout out freaking Kai Havertz, by the way. I was so upset. I was pulling for Germany, but you know. Mexico, England, by the way. Brazil, Norway. Didn't Belgium score? They scored last second against Senegal today, right? But this was a straight red. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, which I know this game too. Anyway, for the U.S., it's still a knockout. So like the Belgium was down 2-0 late. Okay, yeah, I didn't get to catch the highlights of it. I've been trying to catch the highlights on YouTube after when I can't watch the games. Canada, Morocco, Paraguay, France, Belgium, U.S. Ooh, wait, that's actually crazy matchup. Spain, Austria, Portugal, Croatia. Australia, Egypt, Argentina. Oh man, Argentina's got a cakewalk down there. That's crazy. It is nice that all three hosts made it to final 16. That actually, yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about that. Okay. But yeah, ultimately, in theory, yeah, I think you are right, Pep, which I have been trying to trim guys, but you'll notice something. My oldest minor league players are 31, 33, 33. Like the fact I don't have a lot more lingering that are like 34 at this point. I have been trying to pay attention to it. I'll sort by potential, scroll down here, and then any dudes that are like mid 20s, I'll go ahead and try and trim. But but yeah. But yeah, so they'll prioritize potential rather than like let me see if I can get an example. Let me switch to MILB batters. So like if we sort by overall, Hunter Hines is a 40. Sorry if you hear the cat crying, by the way. She's begging my girlfriend for food. She's feeding the kitten now, and she's still a kitten after all, so she don't have a ton of restraint. But yeah, Canada beat Morocco. Yeah, I don't know. Belgium, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just very pessimistic, I guess, whenever it comes to the US. But I can't lie, I think them making it to round of 16 already is a pretty big feat for that team in itself. So yeah, yeah. Um, Them even your minor league records are great. Yeah, I can't lie, it's pretty crazy. 86, 64, 85, 53, 90, 42. It's what 44, 8, 40, 20. Okay, so now Bass is the right fielder. Leal Davis. Perini is DH. He can play at the corners if we want him to. Lamas can play a little bit of infield. Well, a lot of infield. I think Lamas is going to get priority at third. I think Ryan Gonzalez gets priority at short and second, and then third. And then Lamas with the pop and a little bit less infield range will give him like first base. We're gonna bring up a outfielder again for more depth, just because we got 2 utility infielders. We definitely aren't hurting for that because that opens the door for Serrano, who is nice. He's another captain, another high leader, by the way. There's also Bricky, who's 23. He's just not as well rounded yet, but he's good. Could be a right fielder in the future, and then David Costa. So I think we're gonna bring up Serrano. And don't underestimate the advantage of playing at home. That's true. That's true. Even though a lot of it is foreign to our fans, U.S. fans anyway, not necessarily like Mexico or even Canada. But I do feel like obviously the sport has grown a ton in the U.S. in popularity. Naturally, World Cup it always surges, regardless of if anyone has even touched a soccer ball or football in their life. But yeah, USA isn't a strong team, but they did well to get a top 16. But Belgium is as strong as the last 2 World Cups either, so is their chance. Yeah, I guess maybe we could consider a favorable time to meet Belgium, huh? Hoy missed a bit. Just saw that 120 wins. I thought it was, dude. Yeah, I know. Like, check this out. By the way, all that breaking records and stuff to lose 4-2, man. 4-2. It hurts. It hurt. It hurt bad, actually. Really bad. But yeah, we lost 4-2 to the Red Sox. They got revenge on us, as bad as that sucks, because we beat them in game 7 the previous year. So, but with this team, we're clearly poised. We are poised to go hopefully back over and over. I like at least one LCS minimum every year. That's the goal every year. Should be the bare minimum. Um, okay, so now Serrano can play left, right, and center. He doesn't have actually like his rating at center hasn't popped up yet, but we know he's at least I think it was a 55 at center when he plays there. And then now with Perini being DH, we'll just put him as well as backup at left and right. And then we go Lamas, Gonzalez, Serrano, and then we ain't even got to put Barnes over there, but Barnes would go here. Next best bat, I think, is Lamas. So he would be like DH. What is he's pretty even. No split issues. I know we've talked NBA in the past. The trades are crazy. They're insane. Dude, my Hornets, like okay, so I didn't hate the LaMelo Ball trade. A lot of people had people hit me up, funny enough, even people I haven't talked to in forever. They're like, "Oh, dude, that sucks about the Ball trade. I'm sorry." And don't get me wrong, at first, obviously, there's a huge shock factor to it. But the sad truth is, LaMelo, he is a polarizing figure. He does keep the Hornets in the media a lot, whether it's good or bad, whether it's his speeding in downtown Charlotte or whether it's like a crazy 3 that he hits. But dude, like a lot of times he would be pretty careless in the ball. Every single year of his career, he was below average in turnovers per game, and he was had a below average field goal percentage every single year of his career. Now, obviously, there's a ton of value in like his playmaking on the floor, but we also have Kobe White. So I saw where the front office was going with that. Like I totally get it. I think they're valid. Like Kobe's a great playmaker as well. He can still get a bucket if he needs to. I don't think he's somebody you run the offense through. No. What this does is open the floodgates for Brendan Miller. And trading Miles did hurt, but I could tell Miles would probably out the door as soon as LaMelo Ball was gone. Because LaMelo and Miles were like this, dude. Like I'm talking whenever LaMelo got traded, you would have thought he died whenever you looked at Miles Bridges' Instagram stories. Miles Bridges' Instagram stories literally looked like LaMelo Ball passed away. And I don't blame him. I mean, I love my best friends too. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I saw Miles going, and the Miles to the Suns rumors had been a thing in the past as well. So ultimately, I can't lie, I was a fan. I couldn't help but get a little bit excited about the Jaylen Brown rumors. Naturally, he's with the 76ers now for like Paul George. I can't lie, the Sixers got a haul, dude, and that's I wish Pleb was here. He's a Sixers fan. Um, but the Sixers, with how good they are regularly, to get Brown plus wait, it was the other way around. I'm sorry. The Celtics to get Paul George plus all those picks is Crazy. Felt like he was trying to one up Con last year. Honestly, I could see that. Which I mean, LaMelo is like I think obviously we don't know the guy. Like outside looking in, and you like I see a lot of team content stuff. LaMelo seems like an awesome dude. Like, but yeah, there's that superstar mentality at the end of the day. Face of the franchise stuff. Yeah, Giannis in Miami, LeBron opting out, like just letting Lakers know off rip, like, yo, I'm out of here, and he's saying he's willing to take league minimum. Like, he's got to be going with Curry somewhere, right? Has to. Like, surely he's ending up with the Warriors. Also, I can't lie, as a selfish Braves fan, I am waiting on a Curry hometown reunion, finish his career with the Hornets, with his dad, like, commentating his games. Del Curry, like, commentating because he's one of the Hornets commentators. So how are you a Braves fan but a Hornets fan and not a Hawks? Well, I'm mostly Carolina. The only team that I'm not Carolina on is the Braves. It's because there's no MLB team around the Carolinas, and a lot of the Braves rub off in that area right now. But I do hope Carolina is they're one of the favorites for an MLB team. The Carolina Hurricanes owner, obviously they just won the Stanley Cup. He's like the front runner to be like majority owner, if not like the owner of a Carolina baseball team. So yeah, I can understand the move by Charlotte, but it is ballsy as a small market team. I agree. I agree. I do wish the pick swaps were a little more important. Also, Optic Energy, appreciate the follow. Also, by the way, Optic Energy, do you follow Call of Duty esports perchance? Have to ask with your name at least, because I follow it pretty hard as well. As a rap fan, I must admit I'm excited about Kawhi, Scotty, RJ, CMB. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I'm a Heat fan. Can't wait for next year. Oh, I bet you're loving it then. He could have come back to Miami. Imagine he went to Miami. I don't know. He's in a spot where, again, he always manages to play the situation to where everything's in his control, where LeBron can end up where he wants. Do Heat really have enough depth? I think Raps are better than Heat next year. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Everyone assumes he's going to Warriors. I can see it, I guess, because him and Draymond are great friends. What's the situation with Draymond right now in Golden State? Which I mean, he's also good friends with Curry. I mean, I guess who isn't good friends with Braun in the league, if we're being honest. But then also, Jesus, excuse me, saw the rumors that he wanted to relink up with Anthony Davis, maybe. Also, what's going to happen with Bronny? Like, personally, I think it'd be dope if Bronny went to Cleveland and like just did his thing, just let his career. You know what I mean? I also understand if he just follows his dad, but like, also I guess there's a chance the Lakers keep him and then just G League him up now and just see what happens. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Okay, you're not you don't follow COD Sports. I got you. I got you. With the name, I had to ask at least. Do you follow any other esports? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, it'll be wild. This is one of the crazier NBA off seasons in a long time. I can't help but feel, I mean, it's probably just me being optimistic, but I can't help but feel like the Hornets front office isn't done. Like, and to be truthful with you, Miles and LaMelo's contract, Bridges and LaMelo's contract, that's like a big deal that's gone, to be fair, with the young core we have and some of the pick swaps we got. I understand the pick swaps aren't as appealing as they would look on paper, but it's still more picks. And we actually have a solid, we have a lot of, I think we have a solid chunk of picks for ammunition. We've also drafted semi-decent in recent years, which really helps when Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, things like that. That desperately helps when we're not just drafting long-term, unathletic, white big men in the paint that just have zero future on the team. Because holy crap, we could not stop doing that for the longest time, and I wanted to scream. USA wins officially through. That's pretty wild. Yeah, I guess that's what lit up on my phone, huh? Yep. Also, what's your guys' favorite sports app to follow scores like in one spot? Because I can't lie, I catch myself wanting to follow soccer or football scores with like the one football app instead. But I wish I had a better soccer app to follow scores with in one spot. I've also been exploring using the new app called Reel. It's a sports scores and like news app. It's kind of good for everything that isn't soccer related, I've noticed. Okay, I think the offense is set. That's what we're doing. Sorry, we went on a yap session. It was fun to talk about the NBA out season. Now we just need to sign a starting pitcher, and we're chilling. Dixon's going to be on the IL. Um, yeah, we look good. This is going to be our 13. I mean, if we need more outfield, by the way, like we do have Ryan who has the outfield range, and if we get desperate, we can bounce around a lot if needed. Like Davis is flexible about coming back into the infield at third or first. Ethan Bass is very flexible about coming back on the infield. Eli Willits can play across both as well. So yeah, let's go see what the starting pitching looks like. That isn't Hayden Dirk. Well, I'm Canadian, use the Score app, but you probably want an American one. Honestly, it doesn't matter because I can't lie. The one football one, I don't think it's American. And I totally understand that. Probably most of the best soccer apps. You suck, Kenneth Taylor. You suck. Um, Timbrowski pitch. Imagine, dude. Imagine this whole time. Uh, he could just pitch. Yeah, I'm sure he can give us an inning, right? 20 stam, at least one batter. Also, I was saying that to some random dude on the YouTube chat. Just pops in and says, "You suck. You suck, Kenneth. Get get screwed, dude. Now what? Uh-huh. Yeah, you do, dude. Don't say no, you don't. Yeah, you do. You can't just say no, you don't. Don't you know? My uh-huh. Okay, we got off on the wrong foot, Kenneth. Can we just be friends now? Imagine he just explodes with TCR from that. The one inning we gave Broski. Nolan McLean. Regularly leading in games started. Okay, Alex Clemmy, a once national player. Herrera, who's out for 3 months. Shane Bieber. Here is the kitty cat. She is here, as you can tell. You always casually see her tail just stick up right here. Bradish somehow keeps hanging on, by the way. He did have like a down year this past year, but Kenneth, you're an idiot. I'm not an idiot. You're an idiot. Also, what is your goal here? I've been streaming for a long time before OOTP, so it's funny that you just. I appreciate. You know what you're doing right now? You're giving me ad rev for one. You're bumping the viewers up on YouTube. So whenever you do that, what that does, that makes me more discoverable. So then with every message you post as well, that also helps the algorithm. So Kenneth, what if you post some more insults if you want to? Just keep it, like tame, like the kindergarten ones you're using, and it'll keep helping me out. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Explicit. Oh, he's in the YouTube chat. I simultaneously stream on both. Yeah, it's schizophrenia. It's schizophrenia actually. Kenneth is the voice I hear in my head. All right. Yeah, we're looking for a fifth starter. A lot of these dudes are pretty appealing for something like that. I can't lie. Bubich, by the way, 36 years old, still kicking it for some reason. He's out for 4 to 5 months with Tommy John, and he just didn't retire. Okay, it's a bit top heavy. Freaking Justin Steele is wrecked. Ashby, Castro, Trent Harris, Kate Horton, Roby, Rodriguez, Soto is a reliever. All right. Wait, why is he listed starter? Did they start him? They started. Wait, that's Barnett. I'm an idiot. Okay, I don't know what just happened. Wait, Soto. Oh, he started 1 game. Whoa, no, he started 13 games last year. Okay. Do we just greed it up with our 90 million? Like something we've got to do now is this. Let's just go ahead and make sure this is just maxed out at 55.8. Our draft budget's 14. That's plenty. Our international amateur free agent is maxed. We could just max scouting budget, but I don't know. We might do that once it's like last chance edit budgets, and then we'll just do it last day. I kind of trend toward Bradish here. He only wants 11.6, by the way. Um, there's a world where we wait around on Dirk and see if he'll come back around, but we also get a comp pick if another team signs him. So who knows? Who knows? Um, Nolan McLean, 25-2. We could grade it up with that as well. Like, okay, was his from November 25th? His velo dropped. I mean, it's wow, it dropped to 98 to 100. Like, big deal, I guess. I'm also a fan of Bradish. Bieber's wrecked. Lombard was one of our own, but we let him walk. I think these two are my favorites. I kind of want to monitor the Dirk situation still because if it gets down, I cannot justify 43-2 still. I think it's went up since what he wanted before he actually opted for free agency. The only way I could do that was if you had to do a lot more work and then you would be done by yourself, so you would be fine, and then I could just go home. What? Kenneth, did you just accidentally type a text to your that was supposed to go to your wife or boyfriend, whatever, in my chat? Is that what just happened? I bet he will end up close to 30K or 30 million per year. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I want to monitor it, but then I also would hate to miss out on like Bradish being pretty decent. Like, nah, he didn't have the best year with Milwaukee at all last year. I don't know. He's had 2 rough years back to back. Last good year was like 2031. McLean, on the other hand, he's been up and down, but I mean, you kind of know what you're getting, I guess, a bit more with him. His control's 45. Let's just keep advancing forward. Let's just keep advancing forward. There's not much else we can really do, to be honest. New report and 10 are done. He went to India and saw the guru. It actually turned out good for him, apparently. Although his control, it says it dropped to 45, but that's probably only, yeah, it's only versus righties. International practice completed. David Barnes. Report on him just because. Okay, dude. Yeah, Kenneth is maybe Kenneth has schizophrenia, not me. Explicit. Maybe you pinpointed it wrong. Maybe Kenneth is the friends we made along the way. All right. Yeah, I mean his potential contract or contact drop, but he's just going to be backup catcher. I mean, sadly, I guess it's not sadly. It's always a good thing, but we're kind of just looking at the team we're going to have. Robert Arias, by the way, on the trade block, former national. I want to see how he did. Same, Christopher. Need it ASAP. ASAP. He seems like he's in a good mood. You know what I mean? Maybe he's in his own world. So how'd he do? In 32, after the trade, 103 WRC plus, 1.3 WAR, then a 3.3 WAR this past year. Below average WRC plus wise, but he's always been a good defender. He was pretty much moved on because Calvin Leal was coming, and Calvin's an even better defender at center. So yeah, it's cool though to see him doing well. This is his last year of ARB, so they're, I guess, just putting him on the trade block to see what happens. Ooh, speaking of scouting discoveries, this one's not bad. Okay, it is bad. Never mind. I thought that was his avoid case. His BABIP being max of 40 is kind of, it's not kind of, it's terrible. It's actually terrible. I just want to keep rolling. I want to monitor. Let's see. Dirk's the man over on the side come down some? Okay. Athletics are in on him, and this kinda gives us the vibe of where they're at. A player opt out after year 1, by the way, is kind of very unique, and then a team option at the end, and a no trade clause. The Athletics are trying to work some magic there. Is there any chance you would do a video or you could do a video on the different coaching spots? I just wanna know what things value. Yeah, I could give you, like, a breakdown right now as well. It's pretty straightforward for me. Um, for which that is something I wanted to do, but it's something I felt like I've talked about passively a lot in a few different videos between, like, the beginner's guide video or, maybe I'm hiring staff in, like, one of the Angels videos or something. But basically for managers, it's handles development and mechanics for minor league managers over everything at that point. That's literally all I focus. If they have handles aging, cool, because then they could yeah, see, I don't have one strictly for that, no, but that's how much I've talked about it that you probably have heard it. um but yeah, handles development mechanics greater than or equal to good. And I will say this year it has never been easier to sign personnel because like honestly, it's to a point where it's broken. Like, look at this. All these, well, not all those are free agent. These are free agent now. This is actually absurd. Like, way too easy, in my opinion. How many there are, even outstanding or excellent. Um, but yeah, so development mechanics for all managers across the board. In the MLB, with added priority on handles aging if you want. And then for the hitting coaches and pitching coaches, naturally good or better at what they actually teach, and then also also handles development and mechanics for them. So yeah, and then the same for hitting, like good or better at teaches hitting. Obviously, you can be even more picky in this game in this year's version though, in offline saves. Online leagues, of course, everybody's going for the same staff members that are free agents, and everybody's like not extending certain staff members in hopes that it is going to there'll be someone better in, free agent personnel, but everybody's also competing for them, so it leads to bid wars on, like, some random staff member that's only decent at something. Yeah, so bench coaches and base coaches, for them, it is more just their teacher's role for catching defense, infield, outfield, and running. So, if you go over here to staff roles, under front office staff roles, this is the 3 one staff member can do up to 2 roles here. And that comes from your bench coach, first base coach, and third base coach. So up here is where you can assign that. You can also ask AI to set it, and it'll try to do best in slot. Like Javon Shelby was actually better, so that was good. The AI is obviously pretty good at it. But for example, you see it has Damon Mashore at 2 things. If I tried to put him here, it'll say he's overworked. So you don't want to do that. Yeah, for them, it's mainly the option that you assign them to. So teach catching, infield, outfield, running. Bench coach, if you want, I do try to model my bench coach as a successor to the manager if he ever retires or moves on or he gets too expensive to extend. So for that reason, it's literally like hiring another manager or a would-be manager for me. We did intentionally sign Javon Shelby, where um his reputation is, inexperienced, and, like, Miguel Mojica, these are 2 guys we just signed. With the reputation being lower, they will be cheaper because of that, their salary will be until it does start to go up. Whereas, as well, German Alvarez, so his reputation is okay. You'll see he still has a lot of green dots here, right? So he allows us to change this in strategy as we please over here on the right. If one of these turn red, which usually goes hand in hand with the reputation, as his reputation gets higher, it's like it's like if you're hiring a brand new guy, you're probably going to see a lot of control, right? His reputation ain't great. You still want to have a nice influence. He wins you a World Series or two, he's going to be like, "Look, I think I've earned that respect. Let me do my thing." So he'll start to kind of take control of some of these. And this gives you a breakdown here of what the red, yellow, and green mean. Red, manager has full control. You can't adjust it at all. Yellow, you can adjust it a little bit. Green, you can adjust it as much as you want. So yeah, my bench coach is pretty much a second manager in case something fell through. Now, I don't care about like personality that much unless it's for the MLB team. For the minor leagues, I don't care at all about personality unless I'm just trying to min max. Like I could honestly sit here and make sure every single one fits my template of what I would like for my MLB roster, which is kind of what I did with Sherino. So you'll see his personality is normal and he works well with personable. I like them to be normal, personable, easygoing, and work well with one of those three as well. It's strictly a personal preference. I could do that for every single minor league staff member, but I refuse. So I just try to hire best in slot because you can promote staff members and they'll only ever take a promotion. You can't like fire your rookie ball coach down here and try to demote your manager at AAA down to there. It just won't happen. But you can promote up someone like look at Joseph Blasington. Sadly, he struggles with normal, but like for example, if I want to promote him, he's insane. He would be a solid candidate for it. You remember now showing the beginner video? Yeah, no, you're good. That beginner video is like crazy long, so it's almost impossible to remember everything. Max Mayer is likely going to get his first all of the season, getting nuked by the Rockies right now. Joe Mack just pinch hit an inside the park home run for the Fish. Dude, and didn't he just had a bomb the other day too, right? Or yesterday? Joe Mack did? An inside the park home run by Joe Mack. What's crazy is I know he's mainly known for his defense, right? But um isn't he like hitting well, for output compared to how good his defense actually is? Like he's actually just been a sane all-around catcher currently. I started watching your beginning video, but got sidetracked by the game and forgot to finish it. I don't blame you, to be honest. Like I know it's crazy long, but that's also why I went through and did timestamps, which took me an insanely long time. So people can just, oh, James Wood signed fast somewhere. Where'd he go? Oh my gosh, if he went to an interdivision team, he went to the Rockies. Oh, that's a business decision if I've ever saw one. Good for him. I'm so glad he went to Coors. They gave him 38.5 for 4 years. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it because, dude, that took forever. I was laying in my bed at like 3 a.m. doing them on my phone, typing in my notes app. I would have like YouTube and like small window mode on my phone, and I'm like laying on my side, and I'm like watching it. And then as soon as a new topic started, I hurried and went to the notes app and like typed the timestamp. I literally did half of it, fell asleep, and then I did the rest the next day. Yeah, his pickoff rate is insane. His bat is starting to heat up. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I was actually looking at his baseball reference page yesterday. Because of Ways of Fate as well, being a Marlins fan. We were actually yapping about the same thing, and we noticed like he's been roughly average to like I'm talking .002 below average at some catching defense statistics, but his pickoff rate was like way above average, which was crazy. It's super helpful info though, made it way easier to dive in. Nice. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, I know it was a lot, but I was like, you know what? I want a like one size fits all video here as kind of like my debut to hopefully help a lot of people. And then in turn, it did naturally help grow the channel and finally like it got it noticed pretty well. So that's nice. So yeah, I mean the premier free agent in James Wood is gone. He heads to Colorado. I'm not gonna lie, they already were looking better. Dude, they're really, really, really good now. They have Jordan Sanchez that we traded to them. They have Chris Butler, a 24-year-old, at second. They have Dave Romeo, who just won MVP. They're like nationals of the West Coast at this point, or mountains, I guess we should say, rather. Because he's like our Jordan Irvin. I mean, that's literally our James Wood. Kind of hurts, but this is like our Eli Willits or freaking, I don't know, Ethan Bass or something. It's kind of crazy. This is like our Achilles Perez as far as the batting profile. But yeah, James going there, that's a crazy good business decision by him. That's going to extend his like stats being in cores. Because even though his power slowed down like ever so slightly, he's still going to rock the crap out of the ball. And gap power being 80 there is actually crazy because again at cores you have a 1.350 triple for triples park factor. So and he's got some speed still. like respectable speed at 31, like a 50. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, for sure, for sure. You know what's weird, right? So I know obviously if you haven't dabbled in it a ton, um, like I kind of talked about it with Ezra on After Talk last night a little bit about how frugal, not frugal, thinking money here with Dirk. We're being frugal, I guess, because I'm not going to do this still. I think he's just going to end up with the Athletics. I think what we might do is probably just go Nolan McLean or Bradish. That's just where my gut's at. Um, but how fickle the algorithm is, it sounds crazy, but YouTube can punish you for doing timestamps on videos that are not very long though, like even 15 minutes, because the sad truth is if a viewer skips to a part where which is the whole reason I do timestamps, I want it to be convenient if I do them, obviously. I want it to be because it's convenience. But if a viewer skips to a certain part in the video, watches that, and then don't watch the rest, YouTube interprets that as like, this video sucks. Let's not push this video out. And then the more that happens, they're like bumping that video down, down, down. And yeah, it's weird. What happens is I randomly got my first copyright strike as well on an Angels video where I had like random elevator type music in the back of one of the Angels videos. So if any of you guys have ever wondered like, where did the random little tune go in the Angels video? I got a copyright strike for the same song I have used in that series for almost every single video, and they only did it on one video. I disputed it. It took 35 days. They didn't respond. So YouTube was like, okay, you win the dispute. Your video is now like monetized again. But that murdered the like momentum that the Angel series has. And now YouTube doesn't push the series as hard because of that happening. And that was super demoralizing. But that's like the intricacies of the content creation side of things that I guess a lot of people don't know about, and it was super demoralizing because it had decent momentum for a playthrough, and then whenever they copyright strike it, YouTube feels obligated not to push content that had that happen. So, yeah, and I wanted, and I was like, you know what, I just can't do the music anymore. And I made sure I had the license to it. I did everything it said to do with the license, like in the video description, full disclosure, all that stuff. And I proved that to YouTube. They're like, okay, you win the dispute. They're not fighting it back, and it was unlucky. It was annoying as hell. They said the shit is tonight, right? Yeah, it was terrible, man. And now it just doesn't get pushed as hard every time a video comes out now, which really sucks. Yeah. And it sucks because I refused whenever they first disputed it. So I had two options. It was, well, three. It was take the video down. It was take the video down, have YouTube use some AI technology to take the music out of that part specifically that they copyright strike, which was for like a minute and a half, by the way, out of like an hour, I don't know, what, an hour, like 35, 40-minute long video. And I tested what that would have sounded like. Dude, it made my voice sound like I was like this underwater for that entire segment. And I was like, I can't do that. I refuse to like downgrade the content just to keep, I don't want to make a viewer's experience worse just to keep something going like that. So I didn't give in. I still ended up paying for it in the end because now those videos just don't get views like they would have. And I can't lie, that is demoralizing. Um, whenever I'm trying to go about it, and whenever there's days where maybe I'm feeling like burnout from editing or something. But yeah, regardless, I'm gonna keep it going. But yeah, just a glimpse into like the back end of the stupid YouTube stuff that can happen, man. But yeah, they were like, you can take it down. We can use AI to put your voice and cut the music out, and it sounded terrible. Or we can put our own music over it. And then I couldn't adjust the volume of the music they wanted to put over that part because their volume was insanely much louder than everything I had already done in the video. I was like, I can't do that either. The content was pretty much going to become crap for that entire section if I did anything they wanted me to do. So I said, screw it, I'm leaving it up. And in return, the video gets demonetized until um the dispute come back. So that's what happened. And then I win the dispute, and then now I'm paying for it long term for the algorithm. But yeah, that's enough yapping about that. I'm sorry, went off on a tangent. I think By the way, we go Bradish. Like, yeah, he didn't do good last year. He didn't do good the year before. Like, he's been hovering average fit minus wise. This is a number 5 starter for clarification. This isn't like we're looking for an ace or something. Because we got Cooper, Tusley, Cyprian, Enriquez. Cyprian we just traded for. Um, yeah, so he'd be like number 5. Again, it would be Dixon, but Dixon's out for 8 months. Uh, as far as promoting within, we have some starters who could, like, they're kind of like 4A guys next up. Joe Young would be that dude, but he tore his UCL. He's out for 5 months and fragile. He's never not hurt. Defoe, same scenario we talked about earlier. Keenan's 25, not looking great. Billy O'Dell is, I don't know, his splits versus lefties is carrying. And then again, same with Defoe. His control is just awful for a starter, for me, in my opinion. Sean Bell's unique, but again, he has splits issues. And then we just got a bunch of dudes who just like aren't ready ultimately, or just older and they're not going to be ready. That's just the sad truth. So yeah, I think as far as not being able to promote from within, I think Bradish is probably my favorite. There's a lot of dudes who look similar to him though, but like Barnett wants 23 million in comparison to Bradish, who looks almost literally identical. No, if not, yeah, a little ever so slightly better. Um, and Bradish is willing to accept 1 year straight up, which is all we would want as a stopgap. Again, there is Nolan McLean, who is probably going to get us more strikeouts. He's a bit more consistent. He wants 24 mil, but I doubt he wanted 1 year. Plus, the Yankees are in on him. I don't think that we're not talking him down to 1 year. Plus, with the Yankees being in on him, it's just not happening. Bieber is wrecked. We actually had our heyday with him back in 2027. He got injured after 35.2 innings, was having like a Cy Young year, by the way, 209 ERA plus after 7 starts and a 60 fit minus, and then missed forever after that. Oh, Kenneth is back. Nice. um, Barnett, Lombard, Peralta. Yeah, I mean, Smith Shawver he's fragile though. The last thing we want is he's pretty balanced versus both sides, minus the 5 less pitching BABIP versus lefties. I think with him being fragile though, and we already don't have, we're like scarce on starting pitching depth as far as who'd be first man up if we needed a 5th starter. If he were to go down, that would really stink, which I guess anybody could get hurt, fragile or not. Barnett wants 23 million, and Bradish is even better. I don't know. I trend toward Bradish, and what a lot of these starters may not regularly have is we have a very consistent defense, like across the board. Behind them, that's always something we have working in our favor. Most recent report on him in November, his stuff dropped to 45, and his overall potential dropped to, wait, no, that's from March. But we did get one in November 26 where nothing changed. All right, I'm gonna go with my gut and request. Oh, that's like 2 weeks though. I'm scared. Is anybody in on him? I received your inquiry. Okay, it doesn't say anybody's offered him. I'm gonna test my luck and wait on another report to come back. Okay, Iglesias finished. Let's see if the queue worked. It did. Okay, so it instantly put Achilles Perez in. Nice. So no improvement for the first of the 4 in that last slot for defensive labs anyway. But yeah, I want to wait and see if that report comes back. Hopefully he doesn't sign elsewhere. Trade proposal from the Phillies. New scouting discovery, Jorge Rodriguez. Okay, dude. All right. I mean, you can just stay. You can stay home. You don't even got to come. You don't got to come to the complex. You're good. Cade Cavalli. Holy. You want to say this 35-year-old Cade Cavalli and 24-year-old minor leaguer Eduardo Arellano getting Groth and Jesus Romero along with Damian Cruz. Wow, they want a package. With Groth. Romero's not great. Cruz isn't. I mean, Cruz is like okay prospect. Yeah, I'm a big Cavalli fan. Obviously, those of you who've been watching the series for a while, he was once here. Obviously, he's there in real life, but for our save from 2026 when it started, he was here from 26 to 30. So, it was regularly pretty solid, as you can see, war wise 2, 3.4, 2.4, 3.3, 4.5. Then went with the Phillies and did pretty. I mean, he's at least kept pace. This is interesting. Wait, no, he has a vesting option, and it's for 180 innings pitched. He hasn't. Has he ever regularly hit 180 though? No, he's literally only ever hit it once. That's still risky. Our luck, he'll go like 200 innings, and it'll force us to pick up the option. Um, the only reason I was even entertaining this is I was a big Cade Cavalli fan because of this save. It was bittersweet that he ended up signing as a free agent with the Phillies and stayed interdivision. Um, yeah, I say no. I say no though. Something I do wish the game would take into account a little bit. I find oh, this is the updated scouting report on the international amateur free agent, Yamada. It's actually not bad. I do wish the trade AI would take into account like the unlikelihood to trade with interdivision rivals if it's like an immediate help. Like they would be giving us, we'd be giving them solid prospects. You know what I mean? Like I get interdivision trades happen sometimes, but at the same time, I don't know. Does that make sense? It would be cool if it wasn't as likely. Well, sadly, a lot of those trades that happen, it's always the Braves or the Phillies trying to hit us up, funny enough. We're pushing it on the on Bradish signing elsewhere. Winter meetings, Jerry Bermudez. Lottery draft results. Diamondbacks get 1 from 4. Pirates 3-2. Wait, where did number 1 fall? The Rays fall from 1 to 5. Number 2 fell. That's kind of crazy. Like how far uh did he fall? Like that's actually nuts. Let's see this real quick, by the way. Yo, Kenneth, by the way, did you know YouTube channels are public? I'll pull up your YouTube channel. Kenneth's back in chat. He keeps spamming, you suck. You know you suck. I mean, you suck. Checking out your YouTube channel. There's a little kid picture flipping a middle finger. Your description is please sub. So you're begging for subscribers. And you have a video up from 3 weeks ago with one view of someone taking it at bat. I'm gonna assume it's you, and you're striking out. Is it normal to post strikeout videos? Is that normal? And to beg for subs? Wait, why is your parents' information on here? Dude, you put your parents' information in your YouTube bio? You gotta take that down, man. YouTube's gonna get you. Nah, I'm serious. Hey, you can say shut up, but look, there's some like scary stuff there, bro. I'd be careful. I'd be careful. Mama's gonna get you. Mama, she's gonna get you. You gonna get a whooping. You want a whooping? You gonna get a whooping. That's what'll happen. Oh god, poor Kenneth, man. All right, now that we know, so you're either on your kid's account or you're like an actual kid. At this point, for his own safety, if it is a kid, he's gonna have to be banned if he keeps it up. Last chance, Kenneth. Last chance. Because I'm down for a good troll and a good, good back and forth. Like I've streamed before OOTP and stuff. I've met tons of characters over the years, so this isn't new to me. But for your own safety, your YouTube, just maybe next time post a hit. That's one advice I'll give. Okay, what changed? Nothing. Still nothing changing on Bradish. I feel more comfortable. Yeah, he's got to be. Did you see? I don't know. You guys can look for yourself. We'll put it that way. We don't. I don't have to pile on, but okay. Well, that'll do it. GG's. He gone. It was good while it lasted. It was good while it lasted. I think a lot of people forget that like some stuff is just public, and you can just instantly have a nice rebuttal. We're giving Bradish a chance. What's funny? This is kind of full circle moment, by the way. It was like how many years ago was it? They had him on the trade block. He refused. Like he kept exercising his 10-5 rights, and they could not get rid of him. And now full circle, He's like, "Yo, I'll sign with you for a measly 12 million." And at that time, he was on like 20 some million, I think. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not hard pressed about negotiate. Oh, the Mariners made him an offer. We almost missed out waiting on that scouting report. Yeah, I'm not interested in lowballing him because sadly we have all this money and it has zero places to go. He gone too funny. Yeah, that was crazy. He's gonna get in trouble. He gonna get grounded. That's cracking me up. All right. Oh no, the Rule 5 is soon. You know what that means. Okay, so he likes that. Oh wait, the Reds are interested now. The Pirates and the Padres. New scouting discovery. I mean, that's just miserable. Well, he's got a decent person. I mean, low adaptability. No, he doesn't. Don't even scout him. I'm a liar. Don't scout him. All right. What was I about to do? I done totally forgot. Oh, Rule 5 is soon. Okay, how's our 40 looking anyway? Is it like okay, 32 of 40? That's not bad. We'll say 33 if Bradish is coming. We'll go roster, secondary roster. Okay. David Barnes, Abia Hernandez, Bull. Okay, yeah, I can't lie. Everybody on here stays on here. Every single person. Hesse's a guy that might not make it, I fear. Like he's 24. Got him in the 2028 draft. Why is that one from August? That's crazy. Uh Yo, David, Gustafsson. Hopefully I said your name correctly. Thank you for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate it. Yeah, all these dudes just stay on. I mean, I know you're probably like 40 overall. David's going to be our backup catcher. Bill, he's coming around, surely. Landon's in the pin. Serrano's a utility outfielder. Jeff Myers, he's coming around. Ish. Dude, wait. Why the heck did we not put Jeff Myers on endurance training? Unless, did we? Probably because we had a lot of stuff we want to prioritize. Oh, we did. We did. Holy crap. Okay, we're smart. We're actually smart. A little bit sometimes. Um, yeah. So honestly, if that became 40, he's like starter material. It'll take a miracle because I don't think it's happening. He's frustrated. That's besides the point. That's just something that caught my eye. Okay, let's go see who actually we need to protect. All players, filter, and we'll just use our Rule 5 filter. Rule 5 is eligible. All right. Okay, well, there's only what 445s. I'm not worried about Trammell. Hunter Patterson, find him. By the way, it's kind of funny he's still here. We signed him to a minor league free agent deal, and he just keeps taking new ones over and over. He's like super solid looking depth. Funny enough, Steve Keenan, I'm not hard pressed on keeping. I mean, he did good this past year in AAA, but like, eh, he's not like all that, you know. Mata kind of feel the same way. Yeah, he has pop, but that's kind of all he's got. I mean, he does have the BABIP, like the 50 BABIP to go with it, but that's it. I don't know. He's okay depth. He's 28 though. It's not happening. It's not happening. Bowman, he has defensive value. He has like a little bit of power. I mean, average power and as a catcher, only versus righties though. Ricky's okay looking depth. There's not anybody really to protect. Like Costa, I don't think they'll draft him. If they do, then fine, he deserves it. You know what I mean? But you know what's funny as well? Realizing that now was definitely a child. I was freaking describing to him how he's helping the algorithm. He's like, probably said that, I don't give a damn. Flipping me the bird behind his phone on his tablet. Mom, my tablet's about to die. Just flipping birds. Like, this kid's just tweaking. You gotta love it. Oh, God. Okay, Moorhead. Oh, he's 26. Mm, yeah, I don't think there's anybody really to protect unless there's like a high potential guy. Wait a minute. Willie or Will Green, where did you got him a trade? Oh, he was a part of that Jordan Sanchez trade. Holy crap. I forgot about him all this time. Didn't have him on favorite prospects. I mean, he's still been he's been okay. He's been fine, but he's actually his potentials went up since that a little bit. He's not looking terrible. His home runs allowed being 45 is kind of but like surely the AI wouldn't dip this low, right? Surely. Because like Villalobos looks worth protecting as well. I would hate to like genuinely lose him, but like there's no way the AI dips that low. Oh, what's up, Chunez? What moves have I missed? Honestly, not a ton, because like again, we're still in that spot where there's been some inner organizational shakeups. Okay, wait, no, we did do the trade for Cyprian. I almost forgot. So we traded for Junior Cyprian. We did give up Jay Stoddard and Manuel Merlot. So Stoddard looks like this. He doesn't look he doesn't look bad. He's like a corner outfielder, obviously. Uh, but we're just log jammed out of our mind like we are regularly all the time with talent. And then Merlot was another utility kind of guy, infield and outfield. So two solid pieces for a pretty solid starter. Cyprian, they did already have him signed to this extension, which is kind of favorable in my opinion. They bought out the RB this year in 2034. 12.7 million, and then 22.2 per until his age 31 season. We're out of it. And the last 4 years, he has been 3+ WAR every year. And we actually have the luxury right now of him being like our number 3. So we have Tusley at 2 right now, and then Cooper at 1, of course. Cooper, we did something that did happen last stream, by the way, if you guys didn't see that. We did sign Cooper to a long-term extension. We locked him down. I understand the risk behind it, but we bought out the ARB years for 34 and 35. He's getting 40.5 mil per after that until age 31 season, which is a team option. So it could just be till age 30 season. But Cooper's been insane. He was 200 plus innings in 31, 179, 185, and then 7+1 WAR, 5.6, 6. And this is him. Yeah, no, I know. Don't worry. It's something I sat and debated forever. I know the big orange tag in the bottom is screaming at everybody as well. It screamed at me the entire time. But where I was able to cope with it is while he is fragile, yes, for the sake of not jinxing everything, like if you look at his game started the past 3 years, and the consistency at which he has been able to start, that helps me cope with it a lot more. And it's also if I take the L on it, I take the L on it. But here's the thing too, right? The thing is with Cooper, so he was doing extension not after this upcoming season, but the one after. If I was going to feel inclined to re-sign him after 2035, then why wouldn't I do it now before he potentially puts up like another really good year or two, and then his free agent contract years go up even more? That's where my mind was at, because I already hated the idea of losing him, whether it was now or later. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with my gut. We're obviously putting him in the dev lab every off season. So yeah, if something bad happens, and I'll take it on the chin, you know. But at the same time, he has the potential to become like Nationals legend material. Like he won a Cy Young in 2031. So we'll see what happens. I thought he might would have gotten one this year, but he didn't. So make sure he has insurance on it. Yeah. Oh God. Right. Nationals fans would be in shambles. But yeah, him and Irvin are kind of like those core pieces right now. Irvin, we locked up prior to the 2033 season, so before this past season. Looking now, so he gave us like another league leading 8.7 WAR, 179 WRC plus, 298. You know what I mean? Before that extension, so his value probably would have went up even more too. But yeah, trust me, I understand the fragile tag. I don't blame you guys for being worried about it. It is something that still worries me. Like even the thought of spring trading coming up worries me. Wait, is that his record? Yeah, that is kind of crazy, huh? Crazy win loss. Yeah, the fact last year, by the way, he went 16-1. That's nuts. It's all Dylan Lines. He's worth around 50 mils, so you're saving a year. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, that's the idea anyway, right? Because what we did do as well is I did what I like to do is it's fun to have a reference. So like there's Skeens, right? Unfortunately, he's injured for the Braves. But like he got 56 per with them. They signed that prior to the 2030 season. Um McCurry is gross. He's the one that just won the NL Cy Young with the Marlins. He just went 221 innings. Uh Dang, if he would have led in wins, he would have just won the pitching triple crown because he would have had strikeouts, ERA, and wins. But yeah, they gave him 45 per on his free agent years, and then 41.5, 41.5. So it was kind of fun to use them as a benchmark. And then there's Cooper, who by overall, according to our scout, he is the third best pitcher, and we got this out of it. Um, so I don't know. And then there's Vinny. I don't know if they gave him a long term deal yet. Wow, that yeah, they actually got him to a great deal. They signed that prior to this year. Wow, does he have like loyalty or low financial ambition? Okay, that checks out. But yeah, no, that's a really good deal for Vinny. But the player opt out in the middle probably helped get that over the line. To be fair, Chase Burns, he's on 47.5, then 45 million. But naturally, something you'll notice is none of these dudes are fragile. So I'm curious what the Braves are going to do with Mike Newton because, dude, their rotation. I mean, I know ours is good, but theirs is great too. Paul Skeens when he's healthy. Mike Newton is obviously very good. Where? Wait, did they trade? What's his name? Who was that other starter? Shoot. Am I just thinking of Newton? I swear I thought there was one more. I thought it was like Mitchell or something like that. Can we go to their? It's not that. Who was it? What's the month? December. So we're looking for November. I can't remember his. Oh, it was Mitchell. Malik Mitchell. They traded him to the Dodgers. This was he was also in the rotation. Whoa. In exchange for Matt Kuda and Jamie Morse. What? I mean, Kuda looks okay. And then Jamie Morse. Yeah, okay. I think the Braves got screwed off here. And naturally, he goes to the freaking Dodgers. So, yeah. Yeah, until his arm's hanging off as he's trying to walk back to the dugout and pick it up. The pitcher rotation is only as good as their shortstop defense. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, good call. Let's see. Surely they made it. There we go. To be fair, I don't know why they didn't do this last year because he still existed last year, clearly. But they had him playing um whoops, building stats. He still played a lot of shortstop. I don't understand. He played a lot of third as well though. But that's how they should keep it, clearly. They're going to roll with Woodbridge at third, give him a shot. Rondon. Yeah, I mean, though, if Manny gets hurt, I fear they might be. This guy's so good. I fear they might be cooked if Manny gets hurt, though. I mean, Aiden will be better in a pinch for sure than what's his name that they had out there. Yeah. So yeah, that was the trade we did, and we got Cyprian. James Wood walked. He just signed with the Rockies, which was huge for him. Hayden Dirk we let walk. Both of them obviously denied qualifying offers. They were both the two headliners of free agency. Whoa, there's a bid war going on for Dirk. He's up to 55 million AAV. The Yankees are in on him now. The Athletics were in too. So the Yankees are in on Dirk and Nolan McLean. Is that right? All the Brewers are leading there now. Yankees are going in. They're going in. I guess they're tired of being little brother to the Red Sox regular years now. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't blame you because I definitely thought it would happen too. Because like that is something. I mean, that tends to be that's the tendency, right? It does eventually kind of slow down. So, or it'll like be the opposite. They won't get in a bid war, but those bid wars drive things up, I guess. Yeah, honestly, now that you say that, I could see that for sure. I could see that for sure. But yeah, so in turn, Ryan Gonzalez made his way up. Jonathan Lamas made his way up. Achilles Perez won Rookie of the Year, even though he only started 72 games. 4.4 WAR. And only starting 72 games. He mainly came off the bench. It wasn't because he was injured. He was just a bench player. So what happened though? With us not having a right fielder, with James leaving, we moved Davis from first to left field because he has 60 outfield range. He has like the potential to be a 55 or 60 at left field. He'll get that in spring training. Moved Ethan Bass from short to right because he has outfield range of 60. We spent forever on this earlier, by the way. So you're getting a nice little TLDR on it compared to what we went through. Um, but yeah. So we're still looking gross. Still looking nice. As of now, Lamas and Gonzalez are going to be backups this year. As crazy as that is, Serrano is like the utility outfielder. We still have Perini batting DH. He can play the corners. That's why we don't have another outfielder up here instead. And then Gonzalez also has outfield range of 50, so he can play the corners if needed in a pinch. Barnes is up to just be the backup catcher. It's not pretty, but neither is free agency. And if we can promote from within, and he's a captain plus high leader, literally like you know, franchise kind of guy personality, plus being durable. I guess why not? Has 60 framing. But Daniel Hernandez took that massive leap forward last year that we're just dominoes continue to fall to like things just working out in our favor, to be fair. Um, so yeah, and then this is just how we're projected to look. So same faces, just in different spots a little bit. On the pitching side, we're just looking to add one more starter. Our pen is still very much gross. Tanner Dunn went to India to see the guru, and it actually turned out positively. Although nothing actually changed in his scouting report afterward, but it does say it went well. So there was that. I know the guru is always a scary time whenever that happens. As far as pending offers, we do, of course, Bradish, we're just trying to get for the number 5 starter. That's it. And we've got all this money, which is a lot. We got 67.5 million available. Player development budget's max. Draft budget's up to 14 million. We could go higher if we wanted. 6.9 million on international amateur free agency. Our scouting budget, I'm probably going to end up maxing it out just to put the money into something. So, yeah. Yo, D Smitty, New York, I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I agree. I feel like I don't see the Guru as probably as much as you hear about the rare event anymore. But even more so, like you said, it being positive. Oh, that's what we were doing. We were doing Rule 5. I about forgot. I don't think there's anybody we really need to protect, though. Do you know there's actual differences in dev budget that high? I usually go around 30. Honestly, yes. Like, that's something for me, I like it max or as close to max as possible. Um, I don't know. I won't say it don't feel foolproof. That's not the word I'm looking for. I feel like my track record with it over across multiple OOTPs is just too good. But don't get it twisted. Like coaches matter just as much, if not more. But those two together is like just icing on the cake. Because I mean, I guess if there's ever been a year um that I feel like it really proves its worth, it's this one as well. Because like Cooper, right? 7th round pick, by the way. Like, okay, so that's what he looked like back then. Like I mean, if I just go down through here, Ed Enriquez was a scouting discovery in 2027. This was him then. This is him now. There's a bunch of guys like Scrumsod was a 5th round pick. Um, let's see who else was there. Who else was there? Brett Dixon. He was 2nd round. He doesn't count. There's a few crazy ones. Irvin was 1st round. Willits, Liao. Liao was an international amateur free agent signing. Um, Achilles Perez was 1st round. Ethan Bass was a 5th round pick. In the 2026 draft, funny enough, this dude's from like the first draft in the game, which is I feel like is so hard to get players to pan out in. But he was a 5th round pick in that draft. Um, Perini, he was a, I think he was a, he was a, he was a scouting discovery. Yeah, because he's Venezuelan and Italian. Yeah, and he looked like this back then. Um, who else? Jeffrey Davis was an 11th round pick, and he would have looked like he still had the high potential, but it was like bare minimum on the floor at the time. Like I've never had it work. Lamas was a scouting discovery. He used to look like this. Ryan Gonzalez was a 7th round pick. He used to look like this. So I guess it's like he's kind of evening out, so to speak, but he was another one of those that's like very low floor in a later round. Naturally, the drafts don't look like that anymore as far as the high ceiling. Daniel Hernandez, what was he? He was a scouting discovery. Yeah, like Daniel Hernandez was a scouting discovery, and now like this is him now. So I can't lie, I've always been a big stickler about dev budget, and of course coaches. Everybody cares about coaches, but dev budget, I do think there probably is diminishing returns at a certain point. It would take a super in-depth test, but there's also so many underlying like modifiers that go into player development that it's actually insane because it's more than just those two things. There's the personality of the coaches, the players, the morale, like all of that is one big combination. But I guarantee the heaviest weighted stuff is 100% coaches and dev budget. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I've had TCR in previous years naturally, and like I play in online leagues too. Like a bunch of I've been in them for at least the past like 4 OOTPs. Some of them I've been in like the same league across multiple versions, and so it's very important to try and have a revolving door of talent in online leagues to try and maintain competitiveness, which is very tough in online, but still like I still try my best. Now that's not to say I have got this team in a situation where we do have a lot of guys on league minimum. Like you'll see the first ARB guy don't pop in until Schlee up here. And then as far as big contracts, even then this year it's only 19 million still being the highest. Now there is a nice jump next year to 28 and 27, and then potentially 28 for Willits if we take his ARB. You know what I mean? It's going to go up, but so is our budget. So the goal is to, as you improve, your budget is also laterally moving with you. But that totally depends on your owner. Our owner's at least normal. He's also 80 years old, so I'm scared of what's going to happen with our owner and who it could go to after him. But um, yeah. So therefore, we do have a lot of extra money because he's given it to us, and so whenever you've got the extra, it's kind of like use it or lose it. I don't see an issue with saving some of it going into the regular season to have a little bit of ammo for the trade deadline to take on some contracts at the trade deadline if you want to. But but yeah, like I'm kind of tempted at this point too, where I've got so much and all we need to do is sign Bradish is max out the scouting budget because why not? Right? Like it's gotta go somewhere with the season coming up. And we've already got the rest of our budgets where we want it. International amateur is nice. Draft budget's at 14. It could go higher, but as long as you have a available budget, you can still sign your draft picks, even if you don't set aside the money. But yeah, don't stress. I guess always having it max, just as close as you can get, because I understand. I'm very very understanding with the like when I give that advice, that's talking about ideal scenario, right? That's not talking about a scenario where you're the Miami Marlins and you're trying to afford to sign a $4 million starter for 1 year or put $4 million in your dev budget to bring it up to freaking 15 million instead of 9 million, right? I get it. I get you don't always have that money. We're in 2033. We've had sustained success. So that stuff eventually comes. I totally get in those down years when you're trying to sign bridge gap relievers over and over or starters where you might have this at like 30 million or even lower. So if you got to dabble into it, sure. But even then, if I end up having to dip into something, I'm probably going to go after international amateur free agent budget or draft budget because I'm going to be drafting late anyway, or even scouting budget. I try not to take from my player dev budget if I can help it, but if you have to, it's really not the end of the world. So yeah. And the older games Guru was a death sentence. Yeah, it really felt that way. I just noticed like the previous OTP, the first two drafts are roughed unless you got the first three picks. Yeah, yeah, you pretty much summed it up. That's why I can't believe Ethan Bass, like how crazy that actually is. Because I can't lie, there's plenty of times where I just write off. I don't know if you guys do this. I write off that first draft of a new save as almost just an L. Like you're like, if he makes it, cool, but it's probably not happening. Like your first round pick from that year. So for a random TCR bump for a fifth round, I was like, holy crap. So naturally, that was fun. Maybe you should pay off the fans. Yeah, maybe that's the promos we run this year. First 10,000 fans get $1,000. First 10,000 fans to the door get $1,000. The best minimum bill has been 24 at worst, but 34 for safety. Yeah, I think I can't lie. It's been a long time since I've like rolled with regularly, I guess, below max. But yeah, I could see that for sure. Scouting, I tend to just go baseline. Um, International amateur, if I have the money, I'll max it out. But yeah, what are you doing? Kittens on the desk. All right, yeah. So I don't think there's anybody I really want to protect this year, like because Joe Young's technically not eligible. Moda, yeah, he has some pop, but he's not a great defender. He's literally just a DH or first baseman. Um, Steve Keenan is just he's 26 and nothing. Hunter Pattison, he's 33. He's a minor league contract. We were talking about him earlier. He just keeps taking new minor league contract deals and is great depth. We haven't had to use it. Trammell, I don't care. Bowman, maybe. Like, how many catchers do we have on the 40? The cat just launched behind my back, and she likes to just dive and stick herself between like the crack between my chair and my back, and she'll just lay there. Okay, so it would be nice to have a third catcher on the 40. Maybe for the sake of it, we go Bowman because he probably is more my favorite that's in the rest of the org. He's solid defensively. He's durable. He's 25, so like I don't know, he probably would be if I had an injury today and had to come grab one of them, I'm probably choosing him. Maybe Ryan Johnson. So I'd choose. I don't see the AI grabbing these guys is the thing. So it's kind of like I don't have to throw him on the 40. I guess if I don't want to risk it, we'll just do Bowman just to do it, I guess. Um, but as far as let's look at all batters, it's just not, you know what I mean? It's not that crazy. I like to think the AI wouldn't dip into the potential guys like Villalobos. But then again, they could, so I do feel inclined to not risk it since we have the spot on the 40. Ricky's not bad. He's one that could get taken. What's up? She's chilling. Oh my goodness. Um, Maybe we do Bricky as well. Be safe. We'll do that. We have the room. And then as far as pitchers go, I literally don't think there's anyone. Yeah, there's Will Green. We got in the trade with Colorado. I don't think the AI will dip down and grab him at 35 overall. Surely. Our report can't be that old either. From September, so not October, November. I mean, it's 3 months old, but I doubt he like flew up the ranks to being a higher overall, like way higher than that to the point the AI would value him enough to snag him. Maybe Jose Mendez. Kind of do like I mean, he's fragile, but I do kind of like the look of Mendez. I can't lie. I think maybe we'll protect Mendez as well. Okay, let me look at Toronto. Mike Toronto, he's 25. Soball's 25. I could see him getting drafted. Pacheco, he's 23. He's durable. I'm doing Mendez. And then how many spots do we got left? 5 still? Yeah. And then I guess we go. Yeah, like Bryce Hill, by the way, was our first round pick in 2026 draft. And this is what he became. That's usually how the 2026 draft goes for me. Okay, and we'll do Pacheco. And then I think that's good. And then we literally don't need to draft anyone in the Rule 5. Drop a save real fast. We have done a lot. We've done a lot. Oh, I would love if we could see preseason predictions, like a way too early preseason predictions right now. New report on Will Green. Okay, yeah. So his current movement did go up to a 40. I mean, that's nice, but surely the AI don't draft a 35 overall. If they do, A, W for them, I guess. Okay, Rule 5 is 21st. It's in 2 days. David Hesse. Yeah, no changes since the last scouting report. A lot of waiver wire activity with the Rule 5 about to happen. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, I mean, a team should definitely snag him. It won't be us, but he'll be a great pickup for somebody. Really? Yeah, I think I've had one return. It's actually funny. I've told this story before, so the regulars are probably tired of it. You know, Perini, we didn't protect him, and he got drafted to the Twins. The Twins released him right before he got TCR. They drafted him. He was age 21, 86 WRC plus, negative 2.1 batting runs value, 245 average. They release him back to us. We get a new scouting report, and this happened. That was like some of the luckiest stuff I've ever saw. I was like, I remember we spent for a minute like freaking out about that. And then he comes back and it's a crazy story. I just didn't protect him because I didn't think I needed to. He gets drafted and I was like, well, that sucks. And then he explodes after he comes back. It was crazy. Um what teams have lost the most war these offseason? Yeah, that's a good question actually. It's still just December, but Padres have added the most with 7.8. Us. I guess, yeah, like us because of James Wood, Hayden Dirk. Um, yeah. We did add 3.6 in Cyprian, but Dirk and Wood alone were 10.6 of the 12.5. Herrera was 2, Kate Smith was 1.8. So, yeah. But the bulk of it was Dirk and Wood at 10.6. Um, oh, the Jays traded Dylan Cruz to the Giants now. Interesting. Who else was there though? The Cubs. They traded Pete Crow Armstrong to the Padres. He's got this year and a player option next year. Holy, what'd they trade him for? Jimmy Doggett, along with $18 million. The Padres also got $18 million from the Cubs, as well as Pete Crow Armstrong, in exchange for Doggett, a 45 potential starter, Demas, a 65 potential reliever, Ortega, a 40 potential reliever, Irvin, a 50 potential outfielder, and Padilla, a 40. Okay, so Demas, Irvin and Demas, or Dimas, I don't know. That's the thing. I hate so bad that the AI can just use a high potential reliever as the headliner to a trade. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't think it's right because yeah, relievers are valuable, but like that dude's getting treated like he was a 60 potential starter to be the headliner. How does Irvin look? Irvin looks average. We only have high accuracy, and it's from August of 2033, so it's old. But yeah, must have been in financial issues. Let's see. Yeah, it probably definitely freed up some. But I mean, yeah, they did send 18 million their way. They got 94.1 available now. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, true, Pep. That would be great. Oh, I forgot they got Neto a long time ago, who's actually been good for them, to be fair. 5.2, and then a 2.5. Wait, in 32, what the heck happened here? 607 plate appearances, 90 WRC plus. What the heck? That's so random. Acuna had a random year like that. By the way, what has the Cubs' history been like? Because why do I feel like, yeah, they haven't made the playoffs. They made it in 26 and 2031 while having Neto and PCA for the past 3 years. I guess they got it in 2031, but like, dude, 70 and 92, 72 and 90. I don't blame them for blowing it up, I guess. And one of the better draft picks I'd ever saw coming out of that draft in 2029, pick one of one. Bowler's 26 now, and he is like, I mean, he's still respectable, so that's a W. But what he was gonna be, I feel like they freaking soiled his freaking development potential because, dude, he looked nuts. He was like full 80s across the board, potential wise. He could still be good. I mean, he's 26 though, so he's not gonna get much better. Yeah, that sucks for the Cubs. Yeah, so I guess other stuff by board. The biggest gainers. Okay, well now it makes sense for the Padres because they added PCA, right? Um, yeah, which was 4.7. They added David Palmer, um, from the Cubs as well, a reliever. Gavin Feen, a former national prospect, uh, is now with the Padres that we had traded to the Diamondbacks. Or no, yeah, the Diamondbacks, and then the Guardians got him somehow. Uh Morbilito. Okay, the Yankees have added 2.9. They got Caglianone in a trade. Mason Barnett. Oh, they landed Barnett. Did they give him what he wanted? Yikes, they did. Surely they don't actually use him as a reliever. He could start. Yeah, yeah. Which I guess nothing was guaranteed with him, right? If we had him as well, but still crazy. The Braves lost Rada and Mitchell. Mitchell going to the Dodgers is actually kind of nuts. Okay, the Rockies. The Rockies are very scary. I know we already talked about it, but they've literally only added one player, and that's James Wood. And they didn't lose a player above 1 WAR. And their core is very young, and they add a veteran in James Wood. That's actually so smart. They're doing great. To be honest, it's kind of refreshing to see the Rockies do great. The Athletics are regularly a scary team. We did move them to Vegas. That's why. If you wonder why it might look weird seeing Las Vegas in front. We did that before last season. Okay, they did a trade with the Mets to get Luis De Leon. Um, they lost Gage Jump, but yeah, their team is still solid as well, like well rounded with the homegrown talent. So, who did the Angels lose? Wow. Okay, Raphael. They're just blowing it up. They lost Raphael, Horton, Hoffman. Okay, exactly. I was calling that like such a good business decision to go to Colorado at this point in his career. Because he had a player option for this year coming up, so he could have stayed with us, but he opted out. He wanted more money with us, but then went to free agency. Then, of course, it took less money, but we had the log jam, so it worked out. It worked out. All right, what about the Brewers? All Jet Williams. Yeah, he went to free agency. Luis Morales, Corbin Burns, Phil Emerson, Stratton. Okay. Okay. Um, Royals. We already looked at them. What they lost. They've added no one. Yeah, Caglianon, Edgardo Henriquez, Kendry Churio. Yikes. Okay. Orioles and Phillies. We'll probably just look at the Orioles. And then they got Johnny King in a trade. They lost Clemmy to free agency, another former national player. Dylan Dodd, they traded to Cleveland. Gaddis. Okay, then there's just a bunch of dudes that add up. Ooh, something we need to look at that we haven't looked at is manager decision history. Our biggest L's. And it's funny enough, it's Clemmy is our biggest L, who we just looked at. We lost 17.2 WAR in this deal. Back when Clemmy was 22, was here. What's funny, they thought they started him right away. So here's what happened with that. So his personality, we were like, I pretty much saw that. I was like, okay, That's disgusting. And he had decent potential at the time. I was like, let's see what the value's like. And we had gotten a pretty average to slightly above average Ryan Weathers for a 1 year rental. I was like, sweet, I'll take it. And then Weathers gets hurt in spring training and don't play the entire season. And then he immediately becomes a free agent. Never throws a single inning with us. So we lose 17.2 WAR in that deal. Yo, what's up, Neptune? Good to see you, man. Dalen Lyle, we traded to the Rangers for Josh Smith. That trade was terrible. Lyle sucked for us. He went to the Rangers and instantly did good. Robert Arias trade, we lost 3.1. We got Schlee, which Schlee's still pitching for us, to be fair. And plus, I mean, Robert is a center fielder, so he's going to be on a way better WAR per year pace than Schlee is. But we got a World Series trophy and a one-time All-Star. Wait, Robert got that trophy with us too. Anyway, this year we traded Sanchez to the Rockies. We got Will Green in return. He's still a prospect, so this could become positive. He's actually doing decent development wise. So we'll see what happens there. And then Abrams we sent to the Padres. We got Manny Cortez in return, and he ended up just being kind of a Abrams had our back against the wall, to be honest. It was like get something or nothing for him at that moment. And we got Manny Cortez, and I mean, he looked serviceable. Obviously, we ended up letting him walk, but he could have been a starter for a team. We just got very fortunate. Now let's talk about the Dubs. The negativity's out the way. We traded Chaparro to the Blue Jays. We got Herrera. We got 10.6 WAR in the positive on this deal. They lost 1 WAR. Yikes, out of Chaparro. Chaparro at the time was like 50s across the board. That's when we were making room for Devin Fitzgerald. This deal with the Diamondbacks, we sent them Gavin Fiend, who's now a Padre, who looks really good. I don't know why the Diamondbacks did this. They had him, played him. He gave him 1 WAR. They waived him. The Guardians claim him. He gives them 113 WRC plus, 1.5 WAR, and then they capitalize on his value and trade him to the Padres. So ultimately, in that one, that's where we get Hayden Dirk. We also traded Justin Walker in that trade, and we got Hayden Dirk. And Dirk won a. Did he win that Rookie of the Year with us? No. Okay. I don't know why it has his accolade. I wish it only showed the accolades they won with you, but I guess I get it. Either way, 9 positive in the WAR there so far. At the time, Fiend was the number 43 prospect. I like that it shows that, by the way, like what they were ranked at the time. This one we traded Sean Armstrong, and we got Jordan Sanchez in that trade. We got 7.9 WAR out of that deal. It says, wait, how did that happen? All because they went in the negative 0.7. That's how. And then funny enough, Sanchez was a part of the positive trade or negative trade down here, right? No. Either way, he was in another trade we literally just talked about. I could have swore. That's Walker. I don't know which one it was. And then here we were 6.9 in the positive. We traded Clayton Beater, who was like our closer that year, and Brian Cortesia. We got 19-year-old Robert Arias, who actually developed, funny enough. And with us had 1.5, 4.9, 0.7. He was very inconsistent. So we traded to the Reds, and now in return, he's down here as one of our red trades because there's the Sanchez trade. There he is. And then Arias is also down here somewhere. No, we literally looked at it. Yeah, and then he's here now. So some of our best positives are also some of our negatives. And then the last one, we traded them Ricardo Hernandez. If they didn't rush him, by the way, like I think he would have actually been a good player. We traded them a respectable piece. He looked at least average. And they gave us Jose Ferrer. But we finished in the positive 3.2 WAR. He gave us 2.6. So ultimately, biggest WAR gainers ever is 3 draft picks, international amateur free agent signing, and then 2 trades. Biggest losses is that Clemmy trade. Kind of funny how it all goes around. Yeah, our career record as well, 720 and 576. Making up for all those early down years. Started a new save with the Braves, by the way. That's a great team pick. Purely unbiased, obviously, of course. All right, roll 5 drafts here. We'll tune in. We're not going to draft anybody. I am just curious to see the pool though. This is a great defensive player for some team. Immediately your shortstop. This guy should definitely get picked, like 1,000,000,000% get picked. Wait a minute. They just got him on waiver. No, that's in November. Did they waive him? Taken off waivers by Pittsburgh or Toronto. Received a 1-year automatic contract rule. Why are the Pirates doing this? Okay, we might help the Pirates here. I'm gonna go see their infield. Yeah, I mean, I get they have Aaron Motley. Okay, this dude's kind of solid, but okay. I mean, I don't know. You can't. It's hard to babysit the AI. They definitely should have kept him over Rodriguez or Monies. This guy's name's Monies. My Brave save has been super fun in year 2045. Oh shoot, 2045. Nice. You're like, what is that? 12 years ahead of me? Also biased. Yeah, have you how many World Series have you managed to win with the Braves, brother? I can't lie. I was talking about it with Ezra on Ezra's talk show last night. Some of my favorite parts of the game is you getting far into the future and just seeing dudes who become like goats of their own era and stuff like that. I love that stuff. Though TPTL skills are also good. Yeah, I guess they see him as a 45 too, right? So I guess us being better judgment than the AI though, we would know these top 4 are better than another 45 overall they have. Sure, we'll use a Chunez method here. We'll let him fly. We'll let him fly. Even though I feel obligated to step in and influence the food chain. We'll let it roll. Yeah, I mean there's some solid pieces. Like I would definitely be looking to draft Cameron if I needed a reliever. 100%. He'd be top of my radar, as well as Aiden if I needed, or not Aiden, sorry. Goodley if I needed someone. Took them to the World Series in my first year, lost in Game 6. Really? It hurts a lot more when it's actually your favorite team. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Um, you've won 7 series. Yeah, brother over in the YouTube chat, Neptune has won 7 series with him so far. He said he's in 2045 though, right? Yeah. And yeah, my fave is a long-term dudes who come along. Have dudes 37 Def Goat status. Holy crap. Dude, that makes me so happy that you say that because I want nothing more than for that to happen with Jordan Irvin. I'm loving the changes to aging this year because not only does it doesn't only influence stars. That's what's fun. Like, tell me when in any previous OOTP would you be looking to sign a 37-year-old Kyle Bradish in 2033 to be your 5th starter, expecting him to still be 50 overall? You just wouldn't, right? Like, I love the fact that this is still a thing. Like, I love that. Like, even, and that's the thing, like a 35-year-old, 45 overall Ashby still could have some value to a team. Like, it makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. It's probably one of, by far, my favorite parts about 27. But then there is still the randomness where a dude can still randomly fall off at age 30. So it's not like foolproof, but that also makes it more fun knowing that it's not a guarantee. So yeah, I love it. Let's actually start this thing. Let me. I want to auto draft for Tampa. Who goes 1? Nobody. Auto draft for San Fran. Okay, somebody actually went. San Fran took Shane Barnett. Pirate scouts may not as good as scouts of our own or so whatever. True, but you can see other guys sort of cheap. Me playing the Angels, still trying for my first merger save, got corrupted. Oh no, a corruption. That's horrible. That sucks. That's one of my fears. I'm not gonna lie. Don't forget, by the way, for those who I know, we get a lot of new people to the game. It is possible to back up your save files. and they actually allow you to do it in game. So just keep in mind that it is possible, just to be safe. But yeah, I can't lie. The Angels twist on the YouTube series, man, with the new owner, holy crap, that threw like a massive wrench. Also, this is a great get for the freaking Giants, by the way. He's going to strike out a lot, but like, look at this profile. Severely underrated. Had a few stars come through and fall off a cliff at 30, then a few that hold their edge entire career. Yeah, check about the OTP and how good their scout is. How I make those. We'll look at their scout for the fun of it. Let's look at it. Who was it? The Pirates. Mm. Yeah, I mean he would have been considered a. I mean, I guess either minor or major because he had reps at both, right? So I mean, he's at least good. Yeah, yeah. I gave you the DH, but that bat in the Rule 5, I guess, is where I thought was pretty cool. Pretty solid get. All right. Continue draft. We'll just go auto draft until us. Oh, I was scared. I definitely thought we were going to get a message. One of our guys were going, Bill Parker from the Diamondbacks. Okay. Another first base / DH bat. Got some power. Pascal Vallette goes to the Braves. He might not stick though. Oh, the guy was a round 5 pick too as well. Yeah, that's actually sick. If you ever notice a ton of issues like that though, you can always increase GM. Yeah, for sure. I actually messed around with that in which thankfully after many patches in the early parts of this game, they finally ironed that out because a lot of you guys that have been here since the beginning, whenever we were streaming a lot, was me testing the patches, dying to start our main save at the time. So, but yeah, thankfully they finally ironed it out. But yeah, in 26, I did change up the evaluation setting some to value current year stats weights a little bit more because that actually passively helped with the trade AI too. So yeah. Also, we're just gonna skip our pick. We'll auto draft until ours. Oh, there's one of our players. Silball's gone. I caught it. I could have saw. Oh, he goes to the Braves. Come on, man. That's okay though. I don't know if he'll stick, but I mean, he was 25. I was able to live with it. Um, he has nice stuff, but that's it. He does have the pitching BABIP versus righties, so he'll get his strikeouts versus righties, but he's also going to give up a fair share of home runs and walks versus righties. I can live with it. It's fine. All right. I mean, like, look at our pin. You know what I mean? What was I going to do? What was I going to do? It's okay. That's purely cope, and that's just me saying stuff. Auto draft our pick again. Okay, we didn't get robbed again. Wait, Brian Perkins. Why do I have this guy shortlisted? Oh, because he's our player and he's probably on my favorite prospect shortlist. Never mind. I didn't realize. I saw a capitalized name and I'm like, wait a minute. Oliver De La Torre, by the way, that's a name. He was once with us. We traded him to the Diamondbacks. I feel like we've done a ton of deals with the Diamondbacks, by the way. Draft is finished. Yeah, wow. The Braves picked 2 players. Of course, our player is the last one to go. Classic. Pretty uneventful draft. I feel like there was better players available, to be honest. That would have had some value. All right. Rule 5's over. We're kind of just on autopilot, waiting around on. Yeah, here's Bradish. Okay, he's got a better offer. We're gonna stay in on him. We have the money. We're just gonna keep going till other teams tap out. I'm fine with it. But yeah, that's actually crazy, huh? The Pirates guy didn't go. Wait, I don't know how that. Maybe they knew something we don't. Wait, did they? What did they do? Wait, no, it wasn't Money's, was it? It wasn't Money's. It was. Dude, what was his name? Hang on, is he on waivers now? He would still be on waivers. That's what's happened. I don't even remember his name now. He was a second baseman. He was like 50 over. Was it Aiden? Oh god, I ain't gonna find this guy. Wait, it's not him. Whatever. I guess it's not a big deal, but yeah, I can't remember how quick things pass. All right, so that's our off season. I mean, another semi uneventful one where we just sign our ooh, good comms, goodly. I don't know where I got Aiden. Wait, so they got him off. This guy's getting passed around. Okay, DFA'd by the Pirates. Toronto claims him. Toronto DFAs him. Pittsburgh claims him. Pittsburgh DFAs him for the second time. Cleveland claims him. The dude's stuck in limbo. I'm requesting a scouting report on this guy. Whoa, what just happened? How did we even get to that point? I don't know. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so we got a new starter. We're still trying to land Bradish, and that's pretty much it. We did have a semi big trade to add Cyprian until we got the new starter. We're basically just waiting around on Bradish. I do think we're going to end there for the night. We went like solid 3.5 tonight. It was a great time. I appreciate everybody chatting, all the new follows. Again, Suiji for the raid. Anybody that lurked, it means a ton. Anybody that subbed over on YouTube, any YouTube likes, all the YouTube chatters, you guys mean the world to me as well. It's a blast every time I go live. I literally just look forward to talking with you guys. I'll be live again on Sunday night around 8 p.m. Eastern. So Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As always, I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but we do have a Discord. And if you don't know about the YouTube and you only know about the Twitch, I do have a YouTube channel with more OOTP content that it would be cool if you check out. We are going to raid someone though tonight, and we'll go see who's live. But for the YouTube stream, as always, we do end it a little bit early just in case they're playing music. We don't want to, give YouTube another reason to DMCA strike us or copyright strike, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, everybody on YouTube, you guys have a great night. I'll see you guys Sunday night. Thanks so much for hanging out. Peace.